Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 64 of Punching Up, Last Stand Media's weekly Nintendo podcast. I am your host, Brad Ellis, and joining me, I only have one of my co-hosts, but a lovely co-host nonetheless, Mrs. Micah Moriarty. Micah, how are you?
I'm doing very well, Brad. Very well. I have just returned from Academy Sports, which they just opened a new one, nearby to us. Well, it's about a half hour away, but it's better than the one that was 45 minutes away. They sell B&B charcoal. And I rolled in there. Man. They only had 4 bags left. I'm not going to lie. I was tempted to take all 4, but I said, leave it for another griller. I bought 2 bags. So
didn't want to be too selfish. That's nice of you.
Well, okay. I mean, I'm going through like a bag and a half a month at least, you know? Mm-hmm. So like, I'm going to use it. I'm not trying to stockpile
you're going to use it.
I have an update on the 300-degree ribs, if you want to hear it.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so I made the ribs this past Saturday. I didn't post them on socials because ribs are a little controversial, okay? People get really upset depending on how you like your ribs. It's a dirty secret. I like my ribs fall off the bone. A lot of people are anti. Problem? A lot of people don't like that, Brad. The competition style ribs are called bite off the bone ribs. So they're still tender, but not fall off the bone. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a grandma when it comes to that. I love a fall off the bone rib. So I didn't post them on socials. I just post them in the Discord because it's a smaller crowd and people were like, yeah, I like fall off the bone ribs. They were really good. I'll say that cooking them at such a high heat, you get less smoke flavor. That's a pro or a con, depending on who you are. I just kept adding wood every 30 minutes while they were, unwrapped. And I think they were plenty smoky, but they were definitely less smoky than other ribs I've done in the past. So I'll note that caveat in case you like your food heavily smoky. I wouldn't cook them so high. Maybe I'd do like 250, 275 at the most. And Colin really liked them, like surprisingly so, because he likes ribs. He doesn't love ribs.
Right.
And he said, no, these were really good. You should make that again. So these were a winner. I'll definitely make them again. I might change the method slightly. I also might try St. Louis cut ribs instead of baby backs next time. But this was good. I bought the ribs at BJ's and the ribs were excellent. No. So the store stinks, but the food doesn't. I came up with that as their new slogan. I hope they use it.
The store stinks, but the food doesn't. I'm sure they would love that.
I did. I mean, we talked about it on Constellation. I was on with Hogue and Dagan, and you can check that episode out. We did a mini topic about the store, how bad it smells.
Oh my God.
Because I was asking them, would you keep shopping at a grocery store that smells? And, of course, their gut reaction is no. And I was like, what if I told you it's the only thing wrong with the store? And they still were kind of like, no. But we got into that a bit, and live on the show, BJ's emailed me back because I emailed them about the store smelling bad. Now it was kind of like boilerplate, we're going to look into it email, but we'll see. I'm going to go back there in a couple of weeks and maybe it won't stink anymore.
Yeah. You're just trying to help them.
I'm the only one.
Yeah. Maybe it's just you. I think they're just used to it, the stank.
Right, if I'm the only one, for example, who's brought it to their attention, they might, because everyone else seems fine with it. Brad, if you could smell it, I know, if just it is mind-boggling that anyone could work in there 8 hours a day. Mind-boggling. I don't understand how no one has pitched a fit about it, and maybe I am just the first person to be like, bro, the store stinks, and they're like, oh, my bad, maybe they'll fix it. I have my doubts. But the store's full of customers every time I go, full of employees. So I really do just wonder how it got to this point and everyone's cool with it. But maybe I can be the change I want to see in the world.
Yeah, but Colin confirmed it too, right, with you? The stink?
So he hasn't been yet.
Oh, okay. You need the Colin confirmation.
No, we do, because I'm going to try and bring him. I will note Colin doesn't have the best sense of smell. I think it's from his years of being a smoker because we'll walk by, for example, there's these community like bins for dog poop in the neighborhood. It's part of our like HOA services. Like for the little dog parkish type areas, there's bins to throw out the poop, and then a service comes and empties those bins. And so some people only throw their poop in those so it doesn't stink up their regular trash. That's a whole side point. Sometimes we'll walk by it and I'll be like, oh my God, the bin stinks today. And he'll be like, oh, I didn't smell it. So I'm not 1,000% confident in him being like the judge and jury of does the BJs smell bad? But I do want him to at least go with me. I think it's strong enough that he would notice, I think.
Yeah. I was looking this up because I was curious. I think women generally have a stronger sense or better sense of smell than men. So that could be it. Yeah. Because like women, I think they said something like women can see colors better or something than men, something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that because they'll be like, which of these two nail polishes do you like? And all the boyfriends are like, those are the same color. And it's like, they basically are, but this one's like 0.5% different.
Yeah.
And all the women can see it and all the men can't. Yeah, I imagine is bad enough that he could smell it, only because when we reached the point where you could smell it before the door opened, I said, this is different.
Yeah, that's a problem.
This is ratcheted up significantly.
Yeah, that's messed up before you even get in there. Yeah, good Lord.
Right. And it's not like someone had walked in like 10 steps before me and the smell wafted. Like, no, I was the only person walking in. So the smell, like the doors hadn't opened and then I could already fucking smell it. So yeah, I know it sounds crazy. To keep shopping crazy there, but.
Well, yes, that is crazy, but you're a loyal customer.
I am, and I looked into Costco. You have to have a Visa card or a debit card to shop there. I don't have either, so I'd have to get a new card just to shop there.
I got you. Yeah, that's a whole kit. That's a whole thing. It's
a whole thing, and then they got Sam's Club, but our local Sam's Club had some bad reviews. If I can stick with this one and stick with what I know, it'd be great.
Try to fix it. Yeah, trying to fix your home right there.
Exactly.
Instead of buying a new house, trying to fix it up a little bit.
Exactly. I'm just trying to fix it up. I have to tell people to definitely listen to that Constellation because I hate the name of the store. I fucking hate that it's called BJ's. But let me just tell you that it led to some of the most unintentionally funny Dagon quotes in the world. Okay.
Yeah,
so that Constellation mini topic, just that half hour is worth your time this week. Hearing Dagon say things such as, I'm no stranger to BJ's. That's a dead serious statement.
Yeah.
I mean, where else can you get that?
Yeah, that's good shit. I love that. That's good. Yeah. So everybody, Gene is not here. If you didn't notice, he is off in Orlando, I believe at Nintendo World right now, living it up. He's posting pictures of himself with Princess Peach. He's probably gooning it all over the place there. So he's very happy, I assume. But he will be back next week. So fear not. But today, it's just me and Micah. We're going to get into it. Now, Micah, I got to tell you. So the past weekend, I was gone for 3 days. I was in Tennessee.
Yeah.
In Nashville and stuff. And I saw several Cracker Barrels.
Did you go to one?
Never got to go to one.
How could you do this to me, Brad?
Okay, so no one was enthusiastic about Cracker Barrel. No one really gave a shit about it. And I was like, I should go just for Micah, but no one was really into it. And I was like,
it's all
whatever.
Right.
It's all right. I saw Waffle Houses, a ton of Waffle Houses. I was like, whoa, I've never seen one before. Went to a Culver's though for the first time.
Oh, I've never been to one.
It was okay. I got chicken tenders. Not bad. The inside reminded me of an IHOP. It was very strange, but I got to say, I did notice the Southern manners right away from places like that. Yes, sir. All that kind of stuff constantly. It was very
funny,
nice.
Right?
Yeah, it was just because I'd never been to like the South before. So it was quite an experience, but I'm sad to say no Cracker Barrel, but alas, maybe it'll happen in the future again. I will never forget, Micah. I know you want me to go there. I will try it someday.
I mean,
there's billboards for it and everything. Summer menu.
How do you feel about IHOP? Do you like IHOP?
It's okay.
I think it's better than IHOP.
Okay.
I think it's like maybe worse than Chili's, but it's my favorite restaurant.
Okay. That's fair. I think, well, the thing about IHOP is it's breakfast food, and I think breakfast food's very good, but I never feel good after I eat breakfast food. I just feel
Brad,
tired and heavy.
that's how it's supposed to make you feel.
I know, but I don't want to feel like that, like early in the day.
No, you don't eat it early. You eat it for dinner. Cracker Barrel does breakfast all day. I almost always go and get the French toast for dinner with sausage. It's fantastic. All right, they give you biscuits. Oh my God.
Okay.
I mean, the ham dinner is really good. The turkey dinner is really good. That's on Thursdays. Yeah. It's fantastic. But
I did eat a lot of chicken in Nashville.
Hell yeah.
There's so much chicken places everywhere. And it was good. I was very happy about that. Had some barbecue, which was very good. Good shit. Fun town. Happy to visit it.
What did you get for barbecue? Too. Like, what do you like?
So the one barbecue place we went to, they were out of chicken completely. So I was like, okay. God. So I just got like a brisket sandwich, and I had some like of their sausage. I had a little bit of everything. It was good. Had some of that cornbread with it. Whew. Oh, so good. Man. So good. But yeah, the Nashville chicken is very good. I'm a big fan of that. So nice work, Nashville. Super green also compared to where I live is like, I think technically a Mediterranean climate, but so it's extremely green in Tennessee, like really green everywhere. Like, I don't know what it's like in Virginia also, but it was a nice change of pace, or scenery, I should say.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to live at where we are, it's pretty green. There is definitely, we're near a man-made lake. So like there's a whole like scene where like there's restaurants that are like on the lake, and it's like, well, it's a fake lake, but whatever. But it is like the suburb surrounding us is just like there's a couple of these man-made lakes around, and then there are just like, you know, they're still undeveloped sections with a lot of trees. So it's pleasant. It reminds me of home because it's where I grew up is very rural. And so I like kind of having the convenience of the suburbs while not being like so close to the city. Because I didn't want to be much closer to Richmond than we are. Yeah,
I get that. City life is crazy life. So
yeah,
suburb life is very nice.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being a dog mom, as people say. I hate that, by the way. I hate
dog mom. That's what they usually call themselves. Like, I'm a cat mom.
Oh God, dude, there was one time on House Hunters, I'll never forget, just because I was never so jealous of someone my whole life. This dude and his wife, their budget was like in the millions of dollars, but they were like, what do you do for work? And she goes, I'm a stay-at-home cat mom. And it's like, dude, I mean, it's okay to just say you're a housewife. It's okay. But it's like, you're not, I don't know. And then their budget was like $1 million. I was like, what?
That's like a more embarrassing thing to say to me.
Absolutely.
Like, you'd just be like, oh, I'm just a housewife. It's like, okay, yeah, that's totally fine.
I'm a homemaker. I don't know.
Yeah. Taking care of the home's a full-time job, dude.
It could be.
Especially if you got kids.
That was the thing. They didn't have kids. They just had the cats. So
she treats it like a kid, though, probably.
She did. And that's the difference, man. I love my dogs, but I don't.
Yeah, some people go too far. They treat pets like humans. It's like putting your dog in a stroller or whatever. It's like, let your dog be a dog, man. Let it walk around and sniff. All right, it'll probably be happier.
My dog is a car seat, but he doesn't have a stroller.
Yeah. Wait, your dog is a car seat?
It's easier than the crate. I discovered, so I take him to the vet, and you gotta put him in the crate in the trunk. Rush does get the crate because he's bigger, but with Treble, it was such a pain in the ass to put the crate in there, and she's so small. And so I ended up buying her one of those dog like bucket seats, and she loves it. It's like a dog bed, and it seat belts in so it doesn't move. It is fantastic, but I do feel a little ridiculous being like, I gotta get your car seat.
Yeah, for a dog.
We go to the vet.
I think my dog's grown up. We never had anything like that. Just threw him in the fucking back seat. Good luck. And they seemed just fine. But I don't know.
Rush panics, so
does he
prefers being in his crate because I think it makes him feel safe. Because otherwise he like just will pace and pace, and when you put him in his crate, he just lays down and relaxes. So whenever I bring him somewhere, I gotta load up the crate and fold down the seats. It's the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, Micah sneezed. Bless you. She muted
Thank
it.
You. I think that's the first ever show sneeze for me.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you sneeze before. Wow. First time for everything. Holy
We went
moly.
to the garden center before we came home from Academy Sports, and maybe that was a poor decision on account of all
Yeah.
the pollen.
Yeah. Dude, my entire family has allergies. Me, my brother, and my mom mostly. My brother has it the worst, I would say, but he had these like filters just kind of throughout his house. Like he got at
Oh,
Costco, and my allergies were so well maintained when I was there. I
wow.
was blown away. Now I come back home and I feel like I got a debuff just being in here and all this dust and shit. So I immediately
I
bought some of them as well, but I hope I get
Yeah,
them soon.
let me know about that because actually, we were just watching. Colin lets me watch HS. I don't mean lets me. Like Colin, in between doing things, he'll put on QVC or HSN for me just because he knows
Yeah.
how much I like those channels. And the other night they had an air purifier, and I was like, I wonder if it would help my allergies. To
Mhm.
get one just for the downstairs where I spend the most time
Yeah.
because maybe I'll consider it.
Yeah, consider it. See how it is. I'll keep you updated, but I was very happy when I had these. Hey everybody. We talk about Nintendo on this podcast. I know we just talked about random shit for 16 minutes, but that's just the way it goes here. Yeah, Nintendo. We love Nintendo. If you want to check us out and support us, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. If you want some merch, also go to laststandmedia.store. You can get some shirts, stickers. We got stickers for punching up and all that good stuff. So we appreciate your support. Also, if you enjoy the show, please leave us a nice review, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Help us grow. Appreciate that. Okay, let's start off with little warm-ups, even though we just warmed up for 16 minutes. Nick, believe it or believe it. I need to issue a stand down to the recommendation of key lime cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory. No matter how much I tried to have the right balance of crust, filling, and cream in a bite, it was way too tart. Quote, or he's doing well, you're not in Florida, you say? But later, I tried the key lime pie from California Pizza Kitchen, and that was well balanced between sweet and tart. Since I see comments all the time insulting key limes, or insisting key limes are much less sour than normal limes, I'm thinking the Cheesecake Factory is guilty of false advertising. Damn.
They
Wait,
might be because
wait.
so I specifically recommended the key lime cheesecake from Publix, which
Okay.
is very mild. And key limes are indeed supposed to be sweeter than traditional limes. This is a champagne thing though, where they're really only key limes if they come from, the Florida Keys. And you will see petite limes and they'll be labeled like petite Persian limes. Like they're not necessarily the same. Whenever I make key lime desserts at home, if I can't find real key limes or real key lime juice, I do just typically use less and or maybe just slightly increase the sugar. The thing is though that most people are okay with the normal lime tartness because if they haven't actually had true key limes, they don't know. They don't know that
Yeah.
they're not supposed to be as tart.
Yeah. We were talking about Cheesecake Factory, but
Oh yeah, we were because it's
I would
delicious.
rather
You're gonna
have.
take Dustin there on a date.
No, he wants to go somewhere else. He found a curry place. He's like, we have
You're
to go
kidding
here.
me.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Go to Cheesecake Factory. You
Wait,
just
why?
find
Cheesecake
time.
Factories is just like a normal. It's nothing special.
It's very special. First of all, the menu is like a phone
You're
book.
insulted when I said that. Your face.
I love Cheesecake Factory. We don't have one here. I mean, I miss it.
Oh.
I'm supposed to live vicariously through you and Dustin. You guys are going to post pictures of your cheesecakes on Twitter. Like, where am I supposed to see this now?
I don't know. I can take some pictures for you of cheesecake.
He didn't even go to Cracker Barrel, Brad. I've never
did
been
not.
so disappointed.
But cheesecake is close to me. There's one close to me, so it's no big drama. But,
Somebody said that there's a Cracker Barrel closer to you than you're saying. I don't know if you're
no,
telling
there's
me the
not.
truth.
I fucking googled it,
Someone
man.
tweeted and said that there's a Cracker Barrel closer to you than what you're implying on
Who
the
the
shows.
fuck? Who's snitching, dude? First of all, okay. I looked at this. I'm gonna look it up right now. Okay, Cracker Barrel near me. Let's see. Let me see the locations near me. Oh wait, maybe I should just do it on Google Maps. I can see actually better. Google Maps. Someone's fucking wrong, and it's not me.
I know. And you know what? The problem is I tweeted, it would have been in my notifications, but I tweeted that funny picture of Colin yesterday, and now I have like 100 notifications about that.
Oh my
So
God.
this one's gone forever.
Okay, this is, I guess, the closest one to me. Let me see here. Let me see on Google Maps how long it'll say it'll take me to get there. 1 hour and 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'm not driving an hour for Cracker Barrel, dude.
No, that's the thing. I can't find the tweet now. He said it was closer than an hour, but I can't find it now. I'd have to do like a deep dive to find
What
this
do
tweet
they
again.
do? They know my fucking address? Do they know exactly where I live?
No, so he lives in San Diego area because he was at the live
I
show.
don't live near San
and he's
Diego.
like,
That's 2 hours from me.
no, but you've talked about
Or like
them
an
in the
hour and a
shows
half.
where you live. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was under the impression that there was one closer to you.
No,
But
you were a long wrist. Dude, this listener trying to throw me under the bus, dude. Now we caught you. Nice try, dude.
the thing is, though, when Jason, from Atari,
Yeah.
that you have Summit Signs
Jason
with that.
Polanski, yeah.
Yeah, when he said he went to Cracker Barrel for the first time on a trip and he ended up going like 2 or 3 times during the trip because he loved it so much. That could have been you. You could have been like,
could have been me.
This is incredible.
Yeah, it could have been me. Dude, this is like in the desert, man. This is definitely not super close. This is an hour away. Like, I know I live in Southern California, but this is like kind of out there. This is like Rancho Cucamonga area, looks like.
We have a listener who ordered something, and I was sending the package out, and it was in Rancho Cucamonga, and I was like, I just love some of the random places I get to mail stuff to, especially because that's where Workaholics, that's where they live in the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sending something to Rancho.
Have you ever seen Next Friday?
No.
With like Ice Cube? It was in Rancho Cucamonga as well. But yeah, hot over there. Too inland for me.
I looked it.
But nice try, listener. Nice try. Okay.
We'll get him there.
Well, yeah. This is from Jordan Falduto. On a recent episode of Constellation, Colin, unprompted, brought up that Micah trims her toenails by bringing her foot to her mouth and biting them off. Is this true?
That is so far from true.
This sounds like it could be true, though.
It sounds like it could be true. That might be based off my story to him that when I was a kid, I could scratch my ear like a dog with my foot. But no, I don't chew off my toenails. First of all, I get my nails done. So usually a very nice lady cuts them for me. But second of all, even if that wasn't the case, I would clip them myself with clippers.
Yeah, no need to chew. That's okay.
He's probably upset because I scolded him for leaving toenails in the shower. I step on him, and I'm like,
"Oh, this makes sense."
Toenails in the shower.
In the shower.
Then, like, inevitably, a couple of them will flip over to my side of the shower, right? And then, like, I'll step on them, like, ooh,
Yeah,
sucks. This is being married, Brad. It's fucking
yeah. It sounds horrible.
Sometimes, Brad, like, this is the for better or worse that the people are talking about. There's toenails in the shower sometimes.
Stepping on toenails, I know. It's horrible. Okay, this is from the Swaggermite. Sup, down kickers. Wanted to let Micah know that the Funko slander from her co-host sparks a fire in me as well every time I gotta listen to it. I'm sitting at about 600 in my house.
Oh my God.
And I refuse to let the recent company's failure stop me before I dig myself in a deeper hole. I'll hang up and listen. Yo, you got to get some help, man. If you got 600 Funko Pops.
What you need is more. You need more of them. Christ, I thought I had a lot, and now I don't have an official count, but I have enough that they're not all out. Like my Death Note pop figures, I don't have a space for, so those are just like in my closet.
Death Note. Wait, do you have all the who do you have for Death Note? Light, I have
Ryuk. Yeah, I have the
L.
3. I have L eating cake, which is a Hot Topic exclusive. Okay. I got Ryuk, and I got Light. But then it's like, I got my Claptrap Pops because I could see them. I have SpongeBob in there. I have Shikamaru, my favorite Naruto character.
Shikamaru's sick, yeah.
But he's still in the box because I don't have space. I have like a Vegeta variant still in the box because I ran out of room. So, because Colin doesn't want these downstairs, and I can respect that because I'm a reasonable person. However, I
Yeah.
disagree with it. But and we have our custom pop figures that a very kind listener sent us of Colin and I'm in like a little barbecue outfit.
Nice.
But yeah, so I love these things, man. I'll admit though, sometimes they're not good. I have definitely seen ones where I'm like, that doesn't work.
Sure.
Even the SpongeBob ones, some of them are a little creepy. Like the Mr. Krabs one, didn't like.
Oh my
There were
God,
a couple of them like these aren't good. But generally speaking, I love these little dudes.
I just thought of, you said Mr. Krabs and it just triggered an image of my mind of you sending a horrible Mr. Krabs photo with him with his like
the breastfeeding.
Yeah. Ugh, man, that was gross, dude.
Taste it, Squidward. Taste the milk of a crab.
It's fucked up, dude.
Oh my God. I mean, the half of the memes in my phone would get me put on a list, probably. They're but they're so funny. You laughed.
I did laugh in a repulsed way, but you got me. I'll give it up. All right, Micah, this is episode 64. And what better way to celebrate than talking about some Nintendo 64 memories? I love this console. I have a ton of write-ins from the listeners. I'll talk about just my memories quick. And I know you have played N64, but probably not a ton. Your neighbor had it, right?
Oh, it was a friend growing up. Yeah, my neighbor had the PlayStation.
Okay,
and then
gotcha.
This other friend had the N64. The only person I knew that had one, because I'm going to remind the listeners that I'm not a fake fan. I was just poor. And so I didn't know anyone else who had an N64 besides this one family.
Yeah. Hey, that's just the way it was sometimes.
Oh, dude.
Like,
yeah, I mean,
I played plenty of stuff at just friend's house that I didn't have. Just the way it went. Luckily, I had most of the good stuff, like playing Atari Jaguar at a friend's house, dude. I dodged that bullet. God. I only knew one person ever that had a Sega Saturn as well, so I like never played it.
Yeah, I literally never saw anything else. Like I had that one friend who had a PlayStation. I knew a couple kids that had Game Boys, and I later got one myself. And then the N64 kid. Later on, I knew someone with a GameCube, but I never saw anything more obscure like a Sega Saturn or anything. Like the area I grew up in, it seems, I don't know if it's just the economic issues or what, that gaming is just less popular in general. Because even in high school, there was a small segment of kids who played video games. And they were the nerdiest kids of the bunch. But like it just, even what you'd expect for like Call of Duty or like Madden, even those seemed less popular for our age group, like surprisingly so, than any other school you'd go to. So I don't know if it was just where I grew up or what, but gaming in general seemed less popular.
Yeah. Let's see here. Just for me, the N64 really quick. I was a great age for that console. It came out in 1996, so I was 9 years old when it came out, and played Mario 64 near launch. That game blew my fucking mind. I had never seen anything like that. I'll never forget seeing that game for the first time, and I just loved it. That console, like, I was such a good age where that stuff felt really magical, like playing those games at the time. So I love that game. And of course, Ocarina of Time is one of my favorites, beloved. I remember my dad pre-ordered it for me early, and he dropped it off the first edition Ocarina of Time launch day, the gold box and everything. He like left a little note on it saying have fun or whatever. And it came with like an action figure. I still have the Link action figure up there still. I'm very sad though I lost that game. I don't know where it is, and it pisses me off.
Where did he pre-order it from? Like what stores were you shopping at?
It was a Target. Oh,
neat.
We've had Target
that early.
We've had Target forever here, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we didn't get Target, I think, until I was in middle school, maybe. So it was just like, for us, it was brand new and shiny. And it was back when they had like the popcorn little cafe before they replaced it like with just Starbucks. And it was just like, holy shit, it's not Walmart.
Yeah.
It's similar. It's like classy Walmart.
Yeah, we had Target before Walmart, I recall.
Really?
Yeah. Target was more common. And Target was close to my house, so I lucked out big time there. Like I remember when I went to Walmart later on, and I was like, Walmart sucks, dude. I was like, this is like so much more trashy than Target. I mean, Target's Target, but it's like,
no, dude, like
about Walmart.
Our local Walmart, so the Walmart back home, I did shop at a good amount, okay? It was a good Walmart, had a Subway in it, okay? Good
Oh,
Walmart.
nice.
The Walmart here sucks. And it
Mm.
really is though. It's just like the store is a mess. Everything is in the wrong place. Things are just all over the store. The employees literally stare you down. Like just like you'll just be walking down an aisle and there's some dude just like glaring at you
Yeah, just
almost.
like
It's like
sit
why
up
there's
like
like
that's
mean mugging, and it's at Target they're just indifferent. I'm not saying Target is like, oh my god, yes sir, thank you ma'am. Like they're not like
right.
that, but they're just indifferent. Very
Something about the
neutral.
lighting, the colors. I don't know.
I've noticed I still do shop at Walmart
Yeah,
because it's the
nothing
best
wrong with
place
it.
to get charcoal,
Yeah,
absolutely, and some other things, but I try to avoid going there. It's also busy 24/7.
yeah.
That store is
Walmart sure is.
never not busy. I try
Yeah.
going at the most random times and it's still just you park so far away because the parking lot's packed. There are hardly any carts left. It's a madhouse
Damn.
24/7.
Yeah,
It's probably why
Warzone.
it's in such disarray.
Yeah, Warzone. But in 64, I remember getting at Toys R Us. Like, I don't know if you remember, like, I don't know if they had this for you, Mike. I'm not sure. But at Toys R Us, for me, it was like slips you would take off the wall and
Collins
you
told
would,
me about
yeah, and you
that.
like bring it to a counter, like near the front of the store, like behind like in glass and all that kind of stuff. And they had all their games there. It wasn't like just games on the shelf. So I remember doing that, getting Mario in 64. It's really funny because my brother used to play games a lot too, but soon as N64 came out and they went 3D, he just like kind of bounced off them. So
Really?
yeah, I'll never
Does he
forget.
game now at all?
He does just a little bit. His kids play games now. He played World of Warcraft a lot actually, but he likes stuff like Zelda and everything. Like
Is this the
his favorite
same
game
like
is
your same brother likes Magic the Gathering?
yeah. I only have one sibling.
Oh,
He
my bad.
no, it's okay. I don't think I've ever said like, oh, I only have one sibling. But yeah, he's my only sibling, and his favorite game is like A Link to the Past. That might be the only game I ever recall him beating. So I should have told him that you hated it and see what he thought about it.
I didn't hate it. I was just too stupid.
No, I'm just kidding. But it's been funny me watching his kids learn to play games, and like my nephew was playing Bowser's Fury. But God, dude, these kids have brain rot from YouTube and just fucking stupid YouTubers and shit like that. He kept saying bro like the whole time. I'm like, dude, you're like 6. Stop. You gotta stop. YouTubers are killing the kids, man. Frying their
See,
brains.
I sympathize with that though, because my sister and I have been calling each other bro for years. Like I'm a
He'll be
bro
like,
person.
bro's dead. He'll say shit like that. Then the other
I
two
love it.
kids start saying it, and I'm like, oh my God. They don't have Funko Pops though, thank God.
I'm gonna send them
Shouldn't
some
let them in.
Funko Pops. I'm gonna
Yeah.
find these children. Dude, I saw that they had a GameStop a Whoppers Funko Pop. I love Whoppers. It's one of my favorite candies. I tell you, that's something I have to
Oh,
resist
Whoppers,
buying
yeah.
every time I go in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whoppers are good. Yeah,
Whoppers
absolutely.
fucking delicious.
Yeah,
And
they are
they're the
good.
best Easter candy, the Whopper Robin eggs. I love those.
Yeah, that's good shit. Just quickly for N64 also, GoldenEye. Holy moly, played so much of that with my friends. So much GoldenEye, so much Smash Brothers, so much Mario Kart. I was like the perfect age for that system where just co-op or multiplayer was king and all the buds coming over playing or going to someone's house. Good shit. Love the N64. A lot of problems on that hardware though. A lot of shitty games as well. Not you could look back at that system and be like, it's one of the weaker ones, and I could totally see that. But I have very fond memories of the Nintendo 64. Now, Micah, I got a couple from our coworkers here. First, I'm going to read
Excellent.
Gene's since Gene couldn't make it. This is what Gene said. First time I played Mario 64 was at a Super Bowl party. Most of the people stopped watching the game to watch me play. I ended up never leaving the house until I finished collecting all 120 stars, and a bunch of people stayed to watch and be amazed. Bro, how long were you there? 120 stars? Like, for the first time? That's insane. I don't know how you did that, but God bless you, Gene, for getting it done.
Haters will say that's a lie. Haters will be like, never happened, Gene.
It never happened, Gene. I believe it. Now, here we got Dustin Furman. ex Punching Up host, demoted, kicked off the show.
You've been promoted to customer, as they say.
I usurped him. Here's what Dustin wrote. I didn't own a Nintendo 64 when it was current, but my uncle did. Parentheses, he was more like my cousin, being 4 years older than me. So we played it all the time. We used to go to the rental section at the local Giant Eagle grocery store called Eggle Video. It's a Pittsburgh thing. Don't ask. We would rent games like Mario Party, Pokemon Snap, or Pokemon Stadium on Friday nights and eat frozen pizza. Basically, a perfect early 2000s memory. When I was older in 9th grade and was getting into collecting, I got an N64 from a friend from school who traded me a Pikachu console with Ocarina of Time for a Rock Band guitar controller. Hell of a deal. Yeah, it's a big deal. Unfortunately, I eventually sold the console and let a friend borrow my best games, Zelda, Mario, Smash Bros., and they never gave them back. Then when I asked a few years later, they acted like I had no idea what I was talking about. So my N64 collection is a little weak now, but it'll always be a GOAT console to me for nostalgia alone. Dan, Dustin, you had the Pikachu N64? That's pretty cool.
But
nuts. You did fuck up. You lost it or you gave it away.
Well, I mean, geez, trading that just in exchange for a Rock Band controller. Yeah. So Dustin made out ahead in the first place. This was just karma evening out the balance of things. They were like, you got this by ill-gotten means. It wasn't Dustin's fault, but that kid didn't know what he had. This is
that's true.
This is Antiques Roadshow, and you're showing up with this, like, this is my grandma's shoe, and they're like, it's worth $10 million. They had no idea.
Yeah, Dustin scammed that kid. He bamboozled that kid, but then he got bamboozled in the end. Micah, before I send you this bamboozled photo I gotta find, because I thought it was funny, please tell me about your N64 memories, what you remember.
Yeah, playing it at the Woodburns' house. Really nice family. Loved going over their house. They had a pool, too, which was awesome. It was great. Didn't have access to a ton of pools growing up, so that was always a treat. And the only game we ever played there was Mario Kart. I don't know if they had other games. We never asked. We would just, they'd be like, you want to play Mario Kart? And my sister and I would be like, hell yeah. Well, we would never say that, but we'd be like, yeah. And we loved it. I was the youngest of the bunch. I was the one who would get confused. We'd be playing like the 4 split screen, and I'd realize I was looking at the wrong screen the whole time. And I was just running into like a wall thinking I was doing really well. And then you turn to me and I'm just last place, lost. I also remember too, like not knowing how to hold the controller when we first started playing it. It's like, what the hell do you do with this
controller
thing?
Yeah, it's a weird controller.
Does the middle part go in mouth? Like, what do you do with this? So,
go in mouth? Like suck on the controller? I
didn't actually do that, but you never know what,
Right, so I'm sure
tell
some
me
kid
how
did.
you'd approach that thing. But yeah, I do remember being mesmerized by it and watching them pop the game in. There's part of why I still love collecting physical games is definitely because it reminds me of those times when consoles were more like toys. And I'm not saying that the games weren't high quality, but just to say that it just felt more like a toy to be popping in this plastic half dome shaped thing and the click when you pop it in, and everything about it was just more like a toy than a multimedia entertainment system like the PS5 is now. Where I can go on HBO Max on it. Like it only did this one thing, which was play games. And it just felt a little more deliberate, as Colin would say.
It was.
And it was just a different time to be gaming. Same with like my little Game Boy. It just felt so different to have it. It only does this. There's no internet browser. It doesn't do anything else. And so a big reason why I still love collecting physical games is because it brings some of that back. Yeah. Because I totally understand the convenience of digital games and everything with that, but it feels just like you're opening an app. And it feels like I'm just opening an app on my phone. And I just really love switching discs or cartridges still.
Yeah.
It's because of things like this, changing the discs, on my friend's PlayStation, or, popping in the cartridge for Mario Kart. All those memories are what comes back when I think about physical games and trying to keep that collection going as long as I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if they even owned anything else. I truly never played anything else until like my ex and I one day got out his old N64, and I mentioned before like, we played like South Park Snow Day on it, and that weird Mega Man like 3D game,
Mega Man Legends or Mega Man
Yeah.
64 for that.
Yeah, we tried those out just so I could see a couple other games, and that's really it that I got to experience. It's one of those consoles now that I don't think it'd be worth it for me to like buy one and play it, because we're able to play like I'm able to play Ocarina of Time. I got it for my 3DS and that was perfect. It was a really great experience.
I mean, Switch has N64 games now too, so
exactly. So this is one like I have much more nostalgia for the GameCube, and I would consider getting a GameCube again just for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
But the N64 is maybe a bridge too far for me, like in terms of would I actually want one of these? I mean, aside from just having one on a shelf, if I could find like a cool one, that'd be great. You always see them at PAX East. You'll find what's like new in box, and it's like $500.
I know,
but it's cool
crazy
to just see a sealed N64 box. I love new old stock. There's that guy. Is it LGR or something? He does a lot of like new old stock stuff with like mostly PCs like and accessories like cool mice and everything like that. But I just love seeing him. He's like, this box is from 1993, and he cuts it open. We get to see what you would have unboxed then. I love that shit.
That is cool. That's good shit. So we had a lot of write-ins. I couldn't take everybody, but if we have time at the end, I'll read more. But here we go from, let's see, this is from Matt Kurielowski. Hello, Gunya Force. Very funny. Just a quick N64 memory for you today. At the tender age of 7, I can remember a family friend bringing over GoldenEye, and it was the first time I've ever seen multiplayer like that. The excitement and laughter brought to our TV room was like nothing else. It's still one of my strongest gaming memories, and felt like one of those moments where you leapt into the future of gaming. Hope you're all well, Maddie K. Great memory, Maddie. GoldenEye multiplayer was peak with your buds. Holy shit. So much good time. Meet me at Complex, License to Kill, pistols only, bitch, and we'll settle it there. Let's see here. This is from Nano Skitska. Hey, pastry punchers. The N64 holds a special place in my heart as the first console I had a lot of experience with. The first console I ever had was an SNES, but I pulled it off the TV stand by the controller cable by accident, and it never worked right again. So I don't really count that. Anyway, playing games like NHL 99, Pokemon Stadium 2, I was a god at the Hitmontop minigame, Super Mario 64, Mario Kart, and so many others shaped my gaming taste to this day. I still remember how amazing it was to play Pokemon Blue on a full-size TV with the game GBA transfer pack. I've been chasing that high ever since. Love the podcast, and I can't wait for the Grilling Gooners podcast to be added to the LSM lineup. Oh, man. That's actually a fun name, Grilling Gooners.
Oh, dude, yeah, we can workshop that. Yeah, Goonin' and Grillin'. There's so many.
Goonin' and Grillin', yeah. That's good shit.
Have, and now we cut to Gene, and Gene's at I don't know, some Vegas party, or whatever's going on, and then I'm back at the grill.
Yeah. Let's see. This is from Jose Lopez. One of my favorite memories associated with the Nintendo 64 is returning home from the mall with my parents, only to discover that our house had been broken into, and most of our electronics, including my N64, had been stolen.
So sorry.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny. I had to throw it in there. Sorry, Jose. That fucking sucks.
Oh,
but it's funny for us.
It's so sad. it's just oh my god. I didn't know he was going there.
Yep. Like to keep you on your toes, Micah, with these write-ins.
Because this is what I skim the notes every time, so I know like roughly what we're doing, but I don't read every single line because I want some of it to be fresh. I want some of it to be reaction worthy. And
I didn't get this done till today, which I usually finish it the night before, but I had Summon Sign late last night, and I was just so fucking tired.
Summon Sign after dark. I bet things got
was
wild.
After dark, yeah. Yeah, it was 6 p.m. for me, and we usually shoot that show at 10 a.m. for me, so it was quite a different vibe. Player X wrote in here, Sup, Brick Diddlers? Whoa, dude. I think my favorite N64 memories are playing countless hours of Duke Nukem 0 Hour Deathmatch with my friends, especially them sniper matches. Fucking sick. Nice, dude. I didn't play a lot of Duke Nukem 0 Hour, but I played Duke Nukem 3D a lot with my friend. That was good shit. Shout out. Man, remember when Duke Nukem used to be something? Now everyone hates Duke Nukem. Well,
somewhat. I remember it being a thing. I
it was a
never
thing.
got to play it, but I do remember it being a thing, and then I remember people being really upset.
Yeah. Ben Smith loves Duke Nukem, has a Duke Nukem collection. I'm like, you can collect Duke Nukem out of everything. Probably easy to collect for, though.
Yeah, all the people who like rage sold their stuff after the game they didn't like.
Duke's a bad person. It's like, have you ever played Duke Nukem before? This is not a surprise. It was the 90s, man. It's wild. I don't know what to tell you. It's a different era.
We're of another time. I got to get that shirt that says please be patient. I'm from the 1900s.
Oh,
I need that.
Yeah.
I saw that on Facebook and I got to have one.
I thought you were going to say please be patient. I have autism, one of those shirts. I was like, I knew it. But we didn't quite get there yet.
My therapist says I don't have enough of the signs.
Okay, this is from Dallas Reynolds. Hello, Summoners. I'm here to tell you a story of when I wronged someone. When we were young, my brother and I shared a Nintendo 64. Obviously, we had Super Mario 64. He was a couple years older than me, so he painstakingly collected all the stars. We had some sort of disagreement, and in a rage, I deleted his save. In retrospect, it's a total bitch move. He has never let me forget. Yeah, that is a bitch move. And I would never let you forget either. But we all do something like that.
It's not like he didn't. It would be way worse if he had gotten like one fewer and he was still working on it. I mean, this still sucks. But it'd be way worse if he like was one away and then you deleted it. That'd be
119. Yeah, that would have been diabolical. But that is still something that's funny as hell and you'd bring up every now and then.
Oh, dude. I mean, siblings playing video games. We had a GameCube when I was in high school that was gifted to me. And my sister and I would play Mario Kart Double Dash. And I would let her win. But she didn't know that until one day I was really mad at her. And I was like, yeah, well, I let you win at Mario Kart. And she's like, no, you don't. And so then we played and I like thrashed her. And I will never forget.
You know what's funny, Micah? Is my niece... this past week was like, I can beat you in Mario Kart. I can beat you. And I was like, okay. What? Wipe the floor with her. Not even close. Zero mercy. Took her down. Humbled her real quick.
You got to do it.
Got to let those little fuckers know. Can't beat Uncle Brad yet. You got a ways to go, kid. All right. This is from Leah's Cool Jenkins. Hey, chicken throat punchers. What the fuck, dude?
What does that mean?
Chicken throat punchers. Like, is that a sexual thing, or are we actually holding up a chicken and punching it in the throat?
I don't know.
Now I have an image of that in my head. Very strange.
Just fucking walloping on chickens, I guess.
Yeah, is that some sacred thing? I don't, like, we get so many write-ins, and I don't know what the fuck people are talking about often. Like, this happens to me on some site all the time, and it's just like someone was like, hey, this happened yesterday, and I think it gets brought up again about Obesiga, like casting a spell.
Yeah.
And Jason told me about it. Like, it was a sacred thing. And I was like, I have no idea what these fucking people are talking about here, man. I work here and I have no idea what's going on.
No, dude, I said the same to Colin because I saw a comment saying Chris's impression of George Lucas ordering a meal at a fast food restaurant was hysterical. But I was like, what is happening on that show?
Yeah. Those three are out of control.
I don't even know if they talk about PlayStation anymore.
And they don't. As Yumi rambled for like 30 minutes talking about BJ smelling like shit.
I know, we're like, oh, we might, if we have to fill time, I got extra, stuff prepared just in case.
I mean, we're just talking forever about nonsense.
Here I'm thinking without Gene, we might be like, I don't know, maybe we'll fall a little flat without Gene. And it's like,
Yeah, we're not even through the first segment of the show yet, okay? Granted, this is the longest segment, though.
I had a whole thing planned about like Flat Stanley in case we needed more time. And
Flat Stanley? What the hell is that? What are you talking about?
Flat Stanley?
No?
Like it was a thing for children. And if you Google it, he was like a book character. But
Okay.
people do things like you mail him places, like schools will be
What?
like, we're mailing Flat Stanley because he's like a piece of paper. Or there's an episode of Workaholics where that weird guy Bill was like, me and Flat Stanley are greyhounding it to San Diego. And that's just a thing I say sometimes. But so I was going to bring up Flat Stanley at some point, but we don't really need it.
I've never heard of Flat Stanley before. Huh.
Well, welcome to this.
This is okay. Oh, he's been around for a long time. Oh, no, the author or the guy that made him, I mean, at least.
Yeah, the guy who wrote it was very old.
Yeah, very old. You know, you brought up Workaholics, and I remember, fun story is those guys are kind of like, used to hang out like around where I'm from. There was this bar I used to know they'd go to. I never met them, but I know they went there. Anyways, I just remember from them show always saying, keep your butthole tight or something like that.
Yeah, loose butthole.
Yeah. Don't have a loose butthole. Keep it tight. Keep that butthole tight, listeners.
It's one of my all-time favorite shows. If you've never seen it, listeners, my favorite episode is the one where they wake up drunk and they got to get to work.
Oh,
it's
man,
fucking.
I forgot.
I just love that show.
I haven't seen that show in so long. Yeah,
God,
that was a great show. Hey, chicken throat punchers. Okay, my best N64 memory is getting my hands on one. I didn't get one at launch. I was all about PlayStation in those days, but a few years afterwards, a friend of mine was trying to get rid of theirs. They sold me their console with 2 controllers and a haul of games for $25. Even in those days, that was a steal. I got Mario 64, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Diddy Kong Racing, which is better than Mario Kart MIO, Wave Race, Mace, The Dark Ages, and loads of more I can't remember now. I still have it stored away somewhere at my folks' house. It has been the best gaming deal I've ever had. I had so much fun over that summer break in the early 2000s playing those titles for the first time. Yeah, dude, that is a huge win, Lee. Diddy Kong Racing better than Mario Kart 64, though? I don't know about that. It is good. It certainly doesn't run better than Mario Kart 64, and you can't argue that. But it was cool being able to get planes and hovercrafts. Mace the Dark Ages is a random pick. That's that fighting game I remember. That game kind of sucked dick, but whatever. Someone's going to write in and be like, that game was awesome.
Oh, no, you've pissed off the 3 people that played it.
What do you mean, Mace the Dark Ages? Fucking yeah. I'm ready for it. After all these years of being in games media, there's always 3 guys. You're right. There's always 3 ready to go to bat.
I could not believe how much I upset people by saying Killer Instinct, wasn't very good. It just was. It's like, oh my God. I mean, granted, we got like literally 3 write-ins about it, but I was like,
always
okay.
3. The rule of 3,
Killer
dude.
Instinct fans, stand
shut
down.
up. Killer Instinct. Good shit.
It's not that good, though.
Okay, Micah. This is what I brought up earlier. Casting Obesiga on Chris so he becomes wider than he is tall. Chode body status.
Why? That's the username they wrote in with?
Yes. This is our audience, Micah.
I love it.
Yep. Hey guys, countless memories of the Nintendo 64, as it is my childhood. It's my biggest source of nostalgia. I look back on it fondly, but it also causes me pain to think about how life has changed, innocence lost, and all that. Anyway, my best N64 memories were me playing Mario Party 1 and 2 with my siblings, especially my older sister and her husband. I'm the youngest of 4, she's the oldest, a 10-year age gap, and spending time at her house was a great comfort and distraction from our parents' marriage falling apart. My sister and I have never been on bad terms since, only a bit distant. It's my fault. But I'm planning on hanging out with her in the coming weeks and checking out one of those Mario parties on Switch. Take care. Well, hey.
Oh, it's very sweet.
Your name does not match this sweet message at all. But I hope you and your sister get to hang out again, have some good times, and fight Mario Party. Love that shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if my sister and I ever got to play Mario Party together.
Yeah.
I didn't have it for GameCube. I don't remember if that's when we ever actually got to play together, because I love Mario Party and played it, like at friends' houses and stuff. But I don't know if that's when we got to play together. I can imagine it not going well. We get weirdly competitive. We're usually not very competitive, but that game does.
That game will ruin friendships.
Because
I've seen some bad shit happen in Mario Party because of Mario Party, I should say.
You'll be winning the whole time, and then the bonus stars come out, and they're like, for the player who did the least, 3 stars. It's like, what? Like, it's an experience. It's fantastic. but they'll be like, I was playing one time with some friends, and my friend Jake, he was doing fuck all the whole game, making horrible decisions. Every time he had a chance to buy like a candy of someone on Wii, and he was buying like all these candies and shit. He had no money, he had no fucking stars. He ended up winning because he got the star for buying the most items at shops, the star for walking the most squares. Like, he ended up winning because of the bonus stars. No strategy or anything. I hadn't been that angry in a very long time.
Bullshit. But yeah, we've all been there. It's crazy. Man, Mario Party would tear apart friendships in a really funny way, but it happened.
It
like
is
people,
the
like one of my
Monopoly
friends, I
game.
remember saying, fuck the game. I'm only going after you. Stuff like that. So it was good shit.
Personal.
Oh, it sure does. And it's so funny because it's a Nintendo game where they want you to have fun and have a good time together. And it's like the most competitive thing around, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God. It absolutely is. The mini games part of it is they'll have you looking silly and then it makes you more upset. Like, especially on Wii with some of the motion controls, and they have you looking fucking silly, but you're angry. And so you're like angrily trying to climb the coconut tree or whatever. Like, you're so fucking heated with doing these silly motions.
Like the button mashing ones where you have to like mash really hard. I remember like my friends turning around just to focus on the mashing. Like, this looks really weird, I know, but stuff like that. It was insane.
At 54, let me see, 55, 54.
Yeah, keep an eye out there.
You should cut that out.
Yeah. All right, Micah.
Yes.
Those are some good N64 memories. Thank you for sharing yours. Thank you, everyone, for writing in, including Dustin and Gene. Let's talk about some Nintendo news. Nintendo is giving out some details for those free updates for Switch games that they've been doing. We got some details here. We're going to go in order. Nintendo posted this on their website. We're going to start with Micah's beloved ARMS right here.
Yay.
Wow, this game, I was trying to see what the date, but it just says update available June 5th. Okay. Updates included visuals optimized for Nintendo Switch 2 displays and high-resolution TVs for improved image quality. Frame rate optimized for Nintendo Switch 2 for smoother movement, even when playing with 3 or more players, and HDR support. Okay, that's not a bad update. Better frame rate, better resolution, HDR support, free. Very un-Nintendo-like, but we'll take it all day. Good shit. Are you going to revisit ARMS, Micah?
I might. One thing that makes me really happy about this, you just saying it's un-Nintendo-like, kind of jogs this thought of this is potentially them recognizing that, yeah, this game didn't succeed the way they hoped, but this could be a way to get more people into it by making the upgrade free. Like we talked about with like the Nintendo Switch Tour not being a free item, the culture over there is very much that someone worked on this and it should be paid for. And this is a really positive, idea, in my opinion, to try and get more people interested in ARMS. The number of people who might, revisit it because of this and who by then might talk about it and get people to actually try it for the first time even. So the fact that they're kind of maybe recognizing that, hey, this is a way to maybe get more eyes on the game, get more people talking about it. It is not Nintendo-like, because I would have expected to be charged for this. Because you could say conversely, well, it didn't sell well, so they want you to pay for this.
Right.
They could have totally gone down that route.
Yeah, totally. Let's see here. We got Big Brain Academy, Brain versus Brain. Up to 4 people can play in party mode, share locally or share online via game chat. So I have no interest in this. I haven't played Big Brain, but cool, I guess.
Neither.
Something for somebody. Now here we go. Now we're talking. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Yeah.
Updates included visuals optimized for the Nintendo Switch 2 display and high-resolution TVs for improved image quality and HDR support. Oh, there's game share support here. 2 people can play all on one console. Or all of the courses, I'm sorry. 2 people can play all the courses. Share locally or share online via game chat. That's pretty cool. You can play co-op. I didn't know that. Man, Captain Toad Treasure Trackers is a sick game, everybody. I recommend it.
It's really great.
Yeah, check it out, guys. How much is it? It's probably like I remember it was a cheaper game. It's $40. Okay, yeah. But the Switch version, I think, added some content, which is pretty cool.
I
So check
believe
that
so.
shit out. Check that out. Clubhouse Games. Up to 4 people can play 34 games. Share locally or share via online game chat. Game Building Garage. Visuals optimized for Nintendo Switch 2 display and high-resolution TVs for improved image quality. Supports Joy-Con 2 mouse controls. Okay.
Wow.
Let's see here. Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Visuals optimized. Same thing they've said for all of them. No HDR, though. So better resolution, which is good. Here's a really big one. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Visuals optimized for Switch 2 displays, high-resolution TVs, improved image quality, frame rate improved for smoother movements on Switch 2. That is huge. This game was omega ugly when it came out, ran like dog water. But now, if it runs smooth, dude, this game pissed me off because there were some cool ideas in it. I was like, oh, that's interesting, but it was just so ugly and ran horrible. It was like offensive how bad it was. So whenever I get to this game in the future, that's a nice update. Especially for Pokemon, dude. I'm surprised they didn't charge for that. Because Pokemon, you know,
Yes.
easily charge for that.
That's
Easily.
another key example of that's surprising because we know that these games sell so well that people would absolutely pay for this. So that's like a gesture of goodwill, maybe.
Yeah, we'll take them where we can get it. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Visuals updated for all that good stuff. Frame rate optimized. HDR support for Bowser's Fury only. Interesting. Game share support. Up to 4 players can play Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. 2 people can play together with one playing as controlling Mario and the other controlling Bowser Jr. Share locally or share online via game chat. Another big one. Super Mario Odyssey. Improved visuals and the high resolution TV displays. Good shit. And HDR support. Love that. I got to check this out. Mario Odyssey is an awesome game, so I really need to see how this runs now. I'm wondering what resolution it will be, though. I wonder how high these will get. Because I imagine they were all 1080p before, so maybe 1440 or 4K, but love to see it. Mario Odyssey is great. Have you played that, Micah?
I attempted to.
Okay.
When it came out,
I know it's a 3D platformer, so it's not really your jam.
Yeah, I remember when I gave up finally, just because it was one of those sections where the tiles like flip when you jump, and it's kind of like, and the music's like that, and you jump, and I hated it. Like it made me so anxious, and just I was like, I can't fucking do this, bro. I just don't have it.
Oh man, that's funny as fuck though. All right, Micah, here we go. The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Visual optimized for Nintendo Switch 2 display and high-resolution TVs for improved image quality, HDR support, and Link's Awakening also is getting the same. Doesn't say anything about frame rate, so this is an alarming.
It doesn't.
This is concerning to me because the games don't run good. They should.
No,
I know. Don't say anything. Don't say it. But the frame rate, I believe, for these games is unlocked. So I'm hoping what it does is it'll just bump it up to 60 automatically. God, I hope so. Because that would be a disaster if it does not.
I mean, they're being a little vague on all of these, right? Saying like improved frame rate, but they're not promising you.
No, they're not.
Anything.
They're choosing their words wisely.
I hope they give you one more frame rate.
One more frame, dude. Now it runs at 23 frames in the swamp area. Yeah, very good.
Do people don't listen to Brad and Dustin? All
listen
right.
to me.
Echoes of Wisdom ran
listen to
great.
Me.
It looked so good. I played the whole thing. I had a great time.
It looked good. I played it all. It's fine.
It's what got me into Zordles, you know? It's what got me here.
It worked. Yeah, it got you.
Yeah.
So that's good. I'll take it.
It's still my favorite Zelda game.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I mean, everyone's got their own opinions. It's a wild opinion, but God bless you.
Dude, I mean, the little star guy, whatever his name was, Lumpy
or
whatever.
Yeah. What was his name? I forgot his name.
I don't remember. It was like
Try Man or some Try shit.
Guy.
Try Man. Try Guy. Yeah.
Mega Man characters now.
Yeah. Some Try idiot. I don't know. Little sparkly boy.
He had like the Tri Rod.
Yeah, the Tri Rod.
It's right in the beginning of the game. It's like he hands you the rod. It is warm to the touch. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
What?
Why are you noting that it's warm?
Yeah, that's unnecessary, Nintendo. What is
Yeah.
his name, dude? I typed in Sparkle Guy, Echoes of Wisdom, and a picture of Dampe showed up. Not the guy I'm thinking of, but whatever, dude.
I'm gonna try
Someone's
Sidekick.
screaming. Yeah, someone's screaming right now listening to this show.
And
'Cause I've
Dampy
been
came
there.
up.
Shout out, Dampe.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess nobody wants to tell us what his name is.
Well, keep screaming into the void, whoever's listening. Sorry.
They're like, his name was Remy.
Remy? His name was Bob. All right. So some updates. Very curious to check that all out when Switch 2 launches very soon. Right now when we're recording, Micah, it's May 20th. Time is flying by. We're getting very close to Switch 2. It's going to be exciting.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Did you see the birthday meme that I made for you, by the way?
I don't think so. Where'd you post it?
I posted it in the summon sign chat on your birthday.
On my birthday?
Yeah. I didn't tag you in it, though.
Okay, so I'm seeing canned bread. My face is bread.
Yeah, keep going. I didn't do that.
Okay. Happy birthday, Brad. Have a flat soda on me, bucko. And later, I gotta tell you about this new rib recipe. You won't believe the technique. And it's the Grim Reaper pointing at me like that. Very nice. Yeah, Micah wrote, homemade meme for the birthday, Brad. Wow, that's the best gift I've gotten ever for my birthday.
I'm so glad.
Micah. Thank you. That was so good. Why did Zenard make me put my face on canned bread? God, our audience are a bunch of morons.
I like the one that says, I want to die.
Yeah. I would want to die if I was canned bread.
Oh,
absolutely.
Dude, my parents confirmed that in August they will bring me canned bread when they come to visit, and I'm gonna mail you one. I'm gonna mail Gene one.
I will try it on camera.
Oh no, we're gonna. I think we should do the no cursing episode.
Oh, okay.
And if you swear, you have to take.
If you swear, you take a bite of the bread. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. That's a really good idea.
Oh. Have some butter handy, or cream cheese. Whatever.
No, I'm gonna have it. No, I can't cheat. I gotta have it as is, out of the can.
No, it's delicious with butter. It's how
I know, but I gotta have it as it is, as it comes.
All right.
Can't fancy it up. Gotta
like
try it the way.
Hot dog, maybe.
Hot dog. No,
it goes with hot dogs. Yeah.
No, we can't do that. We can't pair it with anything. Okay, we got to have the bread by itself. I'm just saying
later, you could have the leftover bread later for dinner. You have some hot dogs and baked beans.
I'm not gonna put what do? You just stick the hot dog through the canned bread?
No, you just eat it on the side. You have it on the side with the beans.
No,
it's a classic New England dinner.
No, yeah, I'm not doing that, dude. I'm staying away from New England. All right, I've been there.
The canned bread just ruins your life. You're like, my girlfriend left me.
Canned bread.
I had canned bread in the house.
Yeah. Fucking canned bread.
She was like, what the fuck is this?
What is this? What's wrong with you, Brad? I think it's my co-host, Micah. You know her. She's a crazy one. All right.
I didn't invent it.
I know, but you endorse it.
Well, yeah.
Those are two.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously. All right. Let's see here. Randy Pitchford. We got an update on Borderlands, or kind of a strange update. So on Twitter or X, whatever you want to say, Randy Pitchford was talking about how excited he is for Borderlands to come to Switch 2. And a person commented and wrote, Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take the risk. A lot of gamers aren't ready to pay $80 and feed this notion of constant increases of price tags. You are the CEO. You have some say with the price when it comes to your publisher. Then Randy responded to this guy and said, A, not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. So this pissed a lot of people off. Some guy just said, bro, you can fuck off, Randy. Real fan? The fuck? I played Borderlands since the release in 2009. Every game I've played since that release. It's clear gamers are on my side and agree with my take. You are the fucking CEO, Randy. You have a say and you don't want to fucking admit it. Damn, dude. People are pissed. I mean, I haven't played Borderlands 4, so I'm not going to be like, to me, I'm not going to say 'cause I don't give a shit about Borderlands, but maybe it is $80 worth of content. I don't know how much is in that game. I don't know, but that's just the reality we're going to. But I think Borderlands is not the game to pull the trigger on when we're this early into $80 games. So far, the only $80 game confirmed is Mario. We know Call of Duty is probably going to be $80, but it's Call of Duty. But like Borderlands, I don't know. Tough sell, but Borderlands has a big following.
That's the thing. I am myself a Borderlands fanatic. I'm not a Borderlands apologist, though. I wasn't crazy about 3. All right, so don't get the pitchforks out. Don't get the Randy pitchforks out yet. I'm not that crazy. But I love Borderlands, very much so. For $80, I would buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy it.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at, though. It's like we do like it. It hurts a little more.
Yeah.
It's like I do want to play it.
You know that those series of like little smiley faces for determining pain, and there's one of them that's like hurts just a little bit, like, and he's kind of like that's how I feel about this.
Yeah,
because Randy's not lying. I do love Borderlands, and I don't want to pay $80 for Mario Kart. I simply don't. But Borderlands, they are usually pretty big games with a lot of side quests. Whether or not you enjoy them is a different matter, but they typically have a ton of side quests, a bajillion guns and loot to find. You could convince me that so long as they do the normal formula of there's 1,000 new guns to find in this game, that that's worth $80.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't love it.
Content rich. Yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at with $80. Like, I don't love it. I'm not thrilled about it. I wasn't thrilled about $70 or even $60 at the time when games became $60. But it is what it is. And that's just kind of reality we're in. But saying a real fan was probably a big mistake, Randy.
No, that is just what I would have just cut that out and would have just simply said about spending $80 on a game in 91 and just I know that nobody wants to admit that inflation exists and is real and it affects everything. But that could have just stood on its own to say, like, look, man, it's technically cheaper now. I know everyone hates that, but it is.
I know.
But I would have left out the real fan thing because that is just true. Like, people, for a game series that just had a horrible movie come out, you know, like that was just like a slap in the face to the fans, basically, who were like, oh, I'll go see it. It's trash. So I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that.
I probably wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah. Or if I said anything, I'd just be like, we will do our best to make something along the lines of it be worth the value or something like that. Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, bro got ratioed by someone I've never heard of. He's got 200 likes on his reply, and this guy's got like thousands.
Yeah.
So, I probably would have just stayed out of it, or like you said, I would have said, we'll make it worth your while for that price.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't ever want to like say that real fans kind of shit.
No, because the implication is always, it's like, I mean, your real fans can also be sick of the product at a certain point.
Yeah.
You know, your real fans in quotes can also just have been like tired of, you know, kind of where the direction of the games were going. Because as much as I like Borderlands, they did some weird shit. I don't know how much you like Borderlands, Brad, but they made
I notoriously hate Borderlands.
Oh, all right. So it's like that, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they got rid of some of the
humor. I mean,
characters.
I hated that. I hated the humor and shit in those games. Gameplay's fine.
And that's where I'm going. So, for example, the Catch a Ride, you know, used to be Catch a Ride, and there was this guy named Scooter or Skeeter or something like that, and they replaced him with his cousin Ellie or something, and she's like, you know, she's just like, oh, I don't know, just fucking out of bounds. Like, she's just really off the walls. It's very sexually aggressive. And they kind of replaced a semi-normal character with a caricature of him. And then they did that with other characters too, where the first game was like still silly, but not as. And they have just been on this like escalator of silliness.
Of memes,
and even I'm like, this is getting fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that the guns had weird names, but like, I'm so sick of the way Tiny Tina talks now. It's too much. I'm so sick of the way Brick talks now. It's like this joke is 15 years old. You'd have to stop at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fourth game has in mind, but I'm kind of hoping it's maybe a whole new cast of characters would be great, because I swear to God, I'm so sick of Tiny Tina and her weird kind of hip hop-ish way of speaking. I'm sick of it. Like sick to death of it. And I used to love it in the first, her
just too much of a good
entrance
thing
to the games. Now I'm over it.
Yeah, it's just too much, probably.
No, it's the claptrap problem of I liked claptrap. The whole point of the game, like in the game, is that like everyone hates claptrap, the robots in general. But like, he's kind of cute and endearing, and then they did make him like way worse, genuinely annoying. It was supposed to kind of be you felt kind of bad for him because everyone just hates claptraps. And then it's like, well, I could see why.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what Borderlands 4 has in store. It's supposed to come out September, I believe. So I'm sure you'll play it, Mike, and we'll get a report from you. That's an Xbox One for you, though. Are you playing on Xbox or Switch 2?
I Xbox, most likely. Yeah.
Okay.
I might see if people say it runs well on Switch 2.
Sure.
Then I might.
Okay.
But that's probably going to be an Xbox game.
Yeah. Okay. A new Nintendo store is opening. Nintendo has announced that Japan will be getting its fourth Nintendo store in Fukuoka at the end of 2025. The store will be at Amu Plaza Hakata, which is directly connected to JR Hakata. God damn it. Hakata Station. I always have to read these Japanese things. It's hard. But another Nintendo store, this is their fourth store in Japan. We have one here in New York City, which we've been to, which is cool. There's one now in San Francisco that's brand new. I think that's in the United States. I don't know where other Nintendo stores are in the world, though. But they are cool. Either. I was bummed to hear the store was in San Francisco and not LA. I was like, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, far for me either way. But yeah, I'd love to go see it. I keep seeing some of the collectibles and shit that they have there that's like store exclusive. And I'm like, just put it on the website, you fucks.
Wait, you didn't go to it in New York, did you? You didn't go to it.
We didn't get to. We were late because our flight got delayed.
I forgot.
Because we all we missed dinner and everything with you guys. You guys went to this great Italian restaurant.
Yeah, on Colin's dime, we were like just eating and spending your guys' money. That was good shit. Yeah, Nintendo store was cool. You got to go there sometime.
I picked out what I wanted and everything. I was like, I'm gonna get the ravioli because I was looking at the menu the day before. I'm like, I'm getting the ravioli. I'll get a glass of Pinot Grigio. I was so excited.
Yeah, damn, dude. I wonder if you can probably buy a lot of that Nintendo merch just online, though, I assume.
Some of it. So some of the stuff is stupid, like the points exclusives. I hate this, okay? Like, I wanted from Echoes of Wisdom, there's the Zelda wanted poster tote bag. And it's the ugly poster of her, but like on the Nintendo store, you could only buy it with points.
Oh,
and I'm like, just take my money, please.
Yeah.
Like, just take my money.
It's 120 or 1,200 platinum points.
Yeah, and I don't have any fucking platinum points. You get those. I don't know how you get those. I have none, though.
Hey, maybe a listener can help you out. Maybe a listener can help you out here. Maybe they can give you, if they have a lot of platinum points, and maybe you can just give them a couple, like 10, I don't know how much that would equal to, like $20, $30. I have no idea.
Thing. I don't know the equivalent prices, but I'm just like, Nintendo.
It's frustrating.
For the love of God, you'd sell 1,000 of these. Just
let me buy it. That's Nintendo in a nutshell. Let me buy it.
I'm like, bro, like if you'd like to recoup some costs, perhaps from ARMS, let's say, like I could give you money for this tote bag. I'd happily from buy ARMS,
dude. Man, that's so good.
I simply would help them financially if they'd allow it.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo would sooner set up a GoFundMe than they would just sell me the fucking shit.
You're right, dude. You're 100% right. I'm looking at least Zelda stuff. They do have the hoodie I bought there online, so you can at least get that, which is cool.
Yeah, and they have some cool stuff. I'm not saying they got nothing, because I saw they had some really cute Pikmin stuff in the Nintendo online store that wasn't for points. They had some cool stuff just available, but they throw some of that stuff as the exclusives. And, oh, wow, are you going to get the Donkey Kong barrel messenger bag?
No, I haven't seen that.
I'm going to link it. It's fucking hideous. It's like $50.
At least see this shit. Yeah, that's awful. I can't do that. I mean, if I saw one with that, I would respect it. I'd be like, okay, that's bold. I get it. But I couldn't do it. I can't do it.
No, nor should you.
Yeah, but they have a different Zelda adventure pack, but it's not the one you want.
Oh, what? This Donkey Kong jacket? It gives you the pecs?
Yeah, that's a little much also.
Oh, man.
I don't got the balls to wear that.
Hey, Halloween? What? The hood has Donkey Kong's hair on top?
Oh, that's cool. God. I didn't see that.
And the zipper is his little tie. Brad, you need this.
I'm not getting this. But that is pretty... It's funny, but it's like too much. And it looks very hot. Like it'd be very warm wearing that shit.
It's past the point of just being ironic. And now
it's another thing I respect if I saw someone wearing it, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. Unless I was like at the theme park or something like that, I would do it.
Oh,
I'm not going to fucking Target in that shit.
Game Grumps went to Universal or something, and Aaron got all the Minion stuff. So he was wearing like the goggles, the hoodie, the Minion slippers. It was very funny.
He would. Dude, how come you don't have this Pikmin puffy cropped pullover?
The what?
Yeah, let me show you. I gotta
search for
it. No, I'll post it for you.
Now we're just shopping.
Now we're shopping. This is what's going on.
This is HSN. Oh, yeah. What, dude? Oh, I'd wear that. I'd wear the hell out of that.
Dude, you gotta get that. Is 4XL sold out, dude? How does this happen? Listen, if it's a cropped pullover, I don't necessarily need to see someone who's wearing the 4XL size on that. Like, just spare me. Spare all of us.
Okay, I'm gonna save that link for later. I might buy that. I don't wear white very often because of who I am as a person. I'm very messy, but otherwise, I'm gonna buy that.
I was like, where's she going with this?
I have such horrible luck with white clothes. I maybe own like 2 things that are white. I just don't buy it. I'm just not. Maybe it's just because I cook a lot and I forget to put my apron on.
Yeah. That's
but I
fair.
just, yeah. And then when I was a kid, my mom said white pants were slutty. So that's a little fun fact for you.
That is fair. Your mom was probably right.
Your mom's
probably right. Yeah, she's right. She knew.
Here come all the write-ins from people wearing white pants.
Hey, man. No dudes wearing white pants.
My wife wears white pants.
Unless they're going for a statement. Well, maybe it's time you had to talk. I'm just kidding. And now I'm just looking at Pikmin merch, dude. This is too much. Yeah, we're getting.
They have some great stuff.
I know. They have really good stuff.
I was so tempted. Last time I went into GameStop, they had this Kirby water bottle. It's plastic, but it's shaped like a milk carton.
Whoa.
It looks really awkward to drink out of, but I wanted it just because it was so cool.
Yeah,
but I was like, you don't need it.
I get it, dude. Just see a little knick-knack like that, you're like, ooh.
Knick-knack's my middle name. Like, I
know.
love this
I know.
Shit.
You say like knick-knack's my middle name, and I just look at you behind you. Yeah, you just have this little fucking Eggman ready in your hand.
They're everywhere. Fucking, I've been holding on to this pom-pom purr and some of those squeezy things.
How many things are on your desk? How many things are on your desk that I can't even see?
This is my signed Ty Warner Beanie Baby, signed by Ty Warner himself. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I won this in a Facebook contest.
Whoa, cool.
Thank you.
Facebook contest? What are you, like 80?
Oh, dude, I've won so much shit on Facebook. Yeah, it's great.
Dude, cool. All right. Let's stop talking about cool merch. A new Hotel Dusk trademark was filed. This was a DS series, I want to say. Micah, do you know anything? I know these games, but I never played them because they're visual novels, I believe. Like mystery visual novels. So have you played these? I know this is kind of your wheelhouse.
No, this is one that I wanted to play, never got to. I don't know what the pricing would be like. Oh, yeah, used $50. Yeah, this is getting a hard game to find. This is one I always wanted to check out, though, because this is when it says you hold your DS like a book.
Yeah.
So I meant that you're holding it sideways instead, which is fucking strange. But this is one I was interested in but never owned or got around to. You're the one though with the hacked 3DS now, so you have the chance to play this.
This is a DS game though. So wait, I can maybe find a DS version. Well, I'm probably gonna have a hacked DS as well soon. So
well, look at you go.
Yeah, I don't really like visual novels though, but I mean that's cool. I remember people liking this game when it came out back in the day, so it'd be cool to see them bring it back. Sure, why not?
Yeah. No, the thing with visual novels for me, I strictly like the ones that include player choice. I do not like what's called kinetic novels. Those are the ones where it's just a book. Okay. And you're just clicking through. It's just an animated book. Those are out. But I do like the ones where your decisions impact the story, impact the ending. I'm all about that. I love when it's like, oh, there's 8 different endings and see which one you get. And I like that shit a lot. But I have accidentally played kinetic novels before. Well, played is the wrong word. You're just reading. So those I don't like.
Yeah, so we shall see. Because they brought back what? MEO? That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
MEO?
Yeah, the Famicom Detective Club.
So, yeah, it could come back. And if that did well enough, maybe we'll just continue this. So we'll see. All right. Nintendo is teaming up with Samsung to produce Switch 2 chips. So this was originally from Bloomberg, this whole thing, but I'm going to read this from Nintendo Life, their summary of this all. A new report from Bloomberg reveals that Nintendo has called on Samsung to produce the main chips for the Switch 2 and potentially ramp up production if needed. According to the source, this move could allow Nintendo's next generation system to sell a higher than projected 20 million units by March 2026. The report goes on to mention how people familiar with the matter say that Korean tech giant is now working on a customized chip or processor designed by NVIDIA Corporation for the Switch 2 using its 8nm node, and production pace should be fast enough for Nintendo to ship more than 20 million units of the console by March next year. Samsung can also supposedly ramp up further if needed, but apparently if demands on capacity at hardware assemblies, including Foxconn Technology Group. Nintendo has been contacted by Bloomberg about this information, with a company spokesman mentioning how it does not disclose suppliers. NVIDIA and Samsung have also declined to comment. Bloomberg was also told by one of the people it spoke to how Samsung has reportedly already pushed for OLED panels to be used when the Nintendo refreshes the Switch 2 in the future. In case you missed it, the new system will ship with an LCD panel. Well, the OLED screen is no surprise to me coming 2 years, 3 years down the line. They're just going to do exactly what they did with Switch. Yeah. We'll probably get a Switch 2 Lite version like that. Michael will be very excited for that. But I don't know, Michael, what do you think about this? Seems good to me if they can get more Switch 2s out there.
Absolutely. There really is, if this can be done, there's just no reason to have scarcity. There's just no reason to not sell as many as you can early on to people who really are hyped and excited and want one. And with all this, the tariff uncertainty and cripes, I don't know what's going on, but it's like, make as many as you can and ship them here as soon as possible, because we don't know what it's going to look like 6 months to a year from now. Could end up being just all the same and everything's hunky-dory, but why not just make as many as possible and get them out?
Yeah. So it's good to see Nintendo taking measures to get that stock out there, because there's going to be a lot of demand for Switch 2, like there was Switch 1. But consoles are in demand right now. So we shall see. But good moves from Nintendo. All right. Also, Nintendo is going to be at Gamescom. Nintendo has announced on X that it'll be attending the massive game convention Gamescom this year. Nintendo passed on going to it last year to focus on Switch 2 development. This makes sense to me. We were kind of at the twilight years of the Switch around this time. And they're focused on, they hadn't announced Switch 2 yet, but now Switch 2 is out, revealed, and it's out soon. So now they're going to start marketing it a lot more. It'll be out by this time, but Gamescom is a humongous trade show. Might be the biggest gaming one in the world. I'm not sure. I've never been. I know Colin's been, and I've heard from everyone that's been. It's just a massive thing. So it's good to see Nintendo show up there and market those games. Any thoughts on this, Micah?
No, like you said, it makes sense. Last year they really wouldn't have had much to mess with. So now it's like, have your Mario Kart demo station, maybe Donkey Kong demo station,
Yeah,
So,
I think, Donkey Kong will be out. I think Gamescom's in August, I want to say.
August. Oh, my bad. Why did I think that was in like June?
That's like when E3 was in Summer Game Fest.
Summer Games Fest. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yes, there it is. That's the thing. Well, yeah. Who knows what else then they might have to titillate us with then?
More Metroid Prime
stuff.
More Metroid Prime 4. We could get a date maybe for that around then. Who knows? But yeah.
Doubt. You're not getting that game.
Stop it,
Switch
Micah.
3. It's not coming.
Please.
You should have gone to the Cracker Barrel, Brad, and I'm like cutting up the source code.
Yeah, you cursed me.
I broke into the Nintendo headquarters. I deleted Metroid Prime 4 from the thing, and I'm like, start over.
Because I didn't go to Cracker Barrel, dude. Oh, man. That'd be insane.
It's like the fucking guy deleting his brother's, 120 stars.
Yeah,
it's
pure spite deleting. That'd be an insane scenario. All right, Micah, we're going to talk about what we've been playing now. I will go first because I've only played one thing really, and I was gone, so I played my 3DS. That's all I pretty much played. And I played, Micah, I have not finished it yet, but I played Kirby Triple Deluxe.
You did?
I did.
What do you
I played a lot of it. It's fun. I'm having a good time playing it. It is very much just reiterating on what Kirby has been, and it wasn't like a big evolution, I'd say, like the Forgotten Land was.
No, not at all.
But it's still solid. I think it uses the 3D really well. It does foreground and background stuff a lot, and they have stuff like, for instance, there was like trees falling down like forward into the perspective, and it was really cool with the 3D. And there's these hands that would push, and if you got hit by one, Kirby would hit the screen, like your screen in 3D, and like slide down it. It was really cool. But it's been really fun. It's very traditional. Here's a couple worlds. It looks like I'm on world 4. I'm gonna assume there's 8, maybe 9, something like that. A lot of the basic powers are back. You got your sword, which I always really liked. You got the magic wand, the bombs. There's the tire, which is really fun. I don't know if these are new, but like there's like you can get like an archery like bow kind of thing going on there. The spear I think's old, but it's been fun to go through a Kirby game. Music's very delightful. It's just a delightful, simple game. It's not very challenging, but Kirby games usually aren't. I mean, it's more challenging than I remember like Epic Yarn being and stuff like that.
Yeah, and to me with the Kirby games, if you want all the collectibles, that's where the challenge comes in. That's where you might have some trickier jumps to do. That's where the challenge really comes into play, is if you want all the stars, whatever the fuck he's looking for in each game. That's where it gets a little more complicated. Yeah,
there was a couple things where it's like I missed it in the level and I'm like, oh, I can't go back to get it, kind of thing like that. Yes. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. But it's been fun so far. I'm enjoying it. I do want to finish it, but it's like hard to say like what's new about it. The 3D, I guess the gimmick of it is a 3D. Oh, I guess like the main thing also is that Kirby gets like the Omega suck power. He like turns rainbow and he can just suck up a lot of like stuff. He's like sucking up a train or something like that. It feels cool to do, like sucking up huge fuckers, and they're like, when you're absorbing it. It's pretty dark, but it's cool. It's been a delightful little romp, and I haven't played Kirby for a while, so it's been fun. But I will finish it, and I will report back to you, Micah, when I do finish it.
Have you seen Wispy Woods? Is he in there?
I don't think I've seen him quite yet, that I recall.
They throw him into every game, as we discussed with like favorite recurring things.
He's
like,
always,
as soon as you see Wispy Woods, it's like, there he is. He's back.
I feel like they're hyping him up. Yeah, they're gonna show him at some point, like World 6 or some shit. They're like, who's Wispy Woods? You remember this? And I'm like, yes, exactly. I do. From every time I do.
I always feel bad though, because like you beat him up and then he'll have like a single tear, and I'm like, I'm sorry, Wispy, but like, why'd you make me do this?
It's like the SpongeBob meme. How many times do we got to teach you this lesson, old man? How many times do I got to beat up this tree?
We need to make that caption. Listener, please, someone make that caption with Kirby beating up Wispy Woods. Yeah,
exactly. But yeah, that's it for me. I'm gonna start Doom today, I think. Actually, I haven't gotten to play it. I know it's probably old news by now.
Are you aware of the bugged trophies, depending on where you're playing?
I'm playing on PC.
All right, then.
So I don't know. But
so
that
you
is a
deserve
bummer.
whatever you get.
Correct, exactly. If my PC blows up and I die in the process, I deserve it as a PC gamer. But yeah, that's a big problem though. Bug trophies, call him
Yeah.
furious or something.
Well, he's just waiting to play it because I saw someone
Okay.
wrote on our subreddit, and they were just like, I hope Colin is aware that there's a bugged trophy that has to do with like your level progression, and you could actually like hit the correct level or whatever, and it just won't pop the trophy, and then of course the platinum won't pop. And I did mention it to him. I was like, "Have you seen this?" And he said, "Yeah, I just read about that on whatever that trophy website is that he goes on." And so he's like, "Well, I'm just waiting for them to patch it." But he has other games to play. He's still working on Clair Obscur anyways.
Yeah.
So and he's playing that Shovel Knight Dig.
Oh,
Is
he's
that
playing
the
Shovel Knight
one?
Dig. Yeah.
So he has other stuff to play, as we all do right now. Anyways, he was really excited for it. He's bummed, but if you like trophies, you may as well wait till it's patched.
You like trophies, you might as well wait. And if you're busy already, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
What have you been playing, Micah?
Yeah, I'm still working my way through Clair Obscur. I really like it.
Nice.
I'm getting slightly better at parrying, but still
Nice.
for the most part I'm just dodging. It's fine though. I will say, okay, I'm going to say this as like vaguely as possible. There's a point in the game where you choose your next like destination, and they tell you that one of them is easier to manage than the other. And I got it backwards. And I accidentally went to the more difficult of the two locations. And I was like, bro, I'm getting fucked up over here. And I temporarily turned it down to easy because I went and leveled up, and I still was way under leveled. And I was like, damn, I guess this is like just a difficulty spike in the game. And I just was like, I'm just not willing to grind for 2 more hours because they want to suddenly up the difficulty by 20 levels, right?
Right.
So I turned it down to easy. I got through that section. And then the characters are talking and they're like, why'd you go with the more difficult one? And I was like, oh my God. And then,
oh my God.
Because conversely, the other location has far more enemies to let you level up with. And, and I'm like, I just got confused which one they were trying to tell me to go to. So I'm back playing on normal and feeling like a fool because I really never had to turn the difficulty down. I just had to go to the correct place. But oh well.
Yeah,
I
thought know where
they
you
were just doing a crazy.
Remember.
Well, because sometimes you play something like Yakuza and there suddenly is just like a massive difficulty spike, and it's like you gotta level up 5 levels before you can come back and do this. And you're like, all right, it's just what has to be done. But I was just like, I like this game enough to level up 2 levels. And that's what I did for like an hour and a half. And then when that didn't work, I said, fuck it, I'm playing on easy. If you're going to be like this, if you want to do me like that. Now I'm continuing playing the game on normal, and it's been fine.
Good.
So awesome. I'm really enjoying it still. The one thing I'll say that I don't love, it feels like the skill trees are a little bloated. Like a lot of these skills are dog shit. And I don't know why you'd pick some of these skills ever. And I don't, and they feel like they're just there to fill out the tree. I am at a point now where I'm trying to just get some of the skills that are labeled extreme damage. I just want like 1 per character. These skills I'm buying along the way are useless. I'm not even like some of the early skills I have are better than the ones later in the tree. And I'm just like, I'm not actually swapping these out. I'm just buying it so I can get to the one that's behind it.
Right.
But it's like some of these skills, it's like the skill tree could have been half the size because a lot of this is just trash. Like they're just not. Sure. There's one of them where it's like you set your health to 1, but it fills your attack point gauge. And I'm like, I mean, you'd have to be really bad at dodging to be so desperate for AP. Like really bad.
I feel like
you're going to be like, I'm going to gamble it all.
In late game.
I'm just like, I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know who would need that.
I'm sure there's someone. I'm sure there's someone who's found some use for that kind of thing. When there's like a design thing like that, I'm like, there's got to be some sort of like synergy going on here or something.
Something, but I'm just like, I've never been that desperate for AP, especially with the energy tint cards that you can put on your players. If like you're planning ahead for, oh, I want that guy to attack a real strong next turn. I'll give him the card. Like so it's like I have not needed to gamble giving up all my health for an attack, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine needing that. Maybe like you said, maybe there's some very deep strategy I have not figured out. I was telling Colin how much I like playing SCL in my party. And I said, though, I was like, I don't fully understand like the nitty gritty of her techniques.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the sun card, the moon card, and then you get bonus damage for 2 turns. Yeah. And I do that and it's fantastic. But I was like, if I'm being honest, I can't explain to you the foretell thing.
It's
and
like
what
the
I'm actually
stacks you
doing.
put on an enemy. It's
right.
like the more
and
stacks you have on someone, it could deal more damage.
Some of the skills are like, this, and I'm just like, all right, it's working, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted me to give like a TED talk about CL's battle style, I'm like, just enter Twilight mode and you're set,
sure.
man. But I'm really enjoying it. I do just feel like the game has a level of depth that's just maybe not required for the skill trees specifically. Like Mael, oh my god, I don't need any more skills for her.
Yeah, she's very strong.
Like just some of them too. It's like I don't know. Some of her skills are ones where it's like you lose all your health for 100% critical chance. I'm like, that's bullshit. Don't.
Right.
Don't do that. She's one of the lower health characters anyways. Like I simply wouldn't do that. But I had to buy that skill to get something behind it. So
yeah, I got you.
But I like it a lot. I like where the story is going so far. It's still keeping me on my toes. Cool. I'm still not exactly sure where we're going to end up here. But I'm liking it quite a bit. Have you finished it yet or no?
No, so I haven't played it in like a week. But I'm at the point where I can beat it anytime. But I'm doing all the side content I can find right now first. Because I know once I beat it, this happens to me a lot in like RPGs, I'll lose motivation. As long as I have that thing and like I still have the final boss to beat kind of thing like that, I'll keep going for a while.
Yeah.
But it's great.
With you.
It's a great game. Yeah. I really enjoy it. It's definitely one of my favorites of the year.
Yeah, gentle listeners, be sure to check it out. It's going to be coming out later. We already announced this, so it's not a spoiler, that Dustin hosted a spoiler cast for it. Mm-hmm. So be sure to check that out when it's released if you've already finished Clair Obscur as well.
Yeah.
I had to, like, whenever I checked Patreon for something, I had to, like, scroll right by the thread they posted because I didn't want to see it.
You don't want to see it.
I saw people asking, like, at the end of the game, I was like, no. Like,
I know, I do worry about that. Is there, like, a way to hide comments maybe for the vast public? I don't know.
I think Dustin would have taken it down by now.
No, that's gone. But, I'm sure it's gone.
Yeah.
Like, I meant, like, if people wanted to, like, not see it or something like that, they could hide it.
I don't think so. I think you would just have to be smart enough to scroll by it.
Yeah. Okay, very cool, Micah. Very happy to hear you're enjoying it.
Yeah. I will get back to Lunar after this, sure. I think. But because I did like it, I just needed to be in an old school headspace for that.
Yeah,
it's different. Totally. And man, the sound effects were annoying. I really wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I get it, dude. Sometimes you got to be in the mood. Sometimes you're just not with a game. Even though it's a great game, you just might not be in the mood for it.
No. And they did restock it. Colin noticed yesterday on Amazon, Lunar was restocked for Xbox and PlayStation physical copies. They restocked Switch last week, actually, like live while we were recording. And Colin noticed yesterday, just when he was on Amazon, that they had the PlayStation and Xbox copies. So nice. Good to see them continuing to restock these. Hopefully they will keep releasing copies because the Switch ones kept selling out.
Yeah.
I don't know if the PlayStation, Xbox ones sold out quickly as well, but I'm just happy to see that they were back.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice. All right, Michael, let's get back into some of the news. Red Dead Redemption 2. Port rumors coming around again. We've heard about this a while ago.
As soon as I saw this, I was like, you and Gene are going to be the ones to buy it. Gene,
no, I wouldn't play it on Switch.
You're going to buy it.
I would. Well, the rumors also there's going to be a PS5 version. So I'd rather just play it there instead of Switch 2. Like, Switch 2 is going to be stanky compared to PS5.
It's going to fucking reek.
Yeah, it's going to be stanky. I would play Red Dead 2 again, though. I've only played it once.
Same.
And it's when it came out. But anyways, this is from Games Reactor. Games Reactor EU has heard from sources close to Rockstar that the acclaimed Wild West open world game Opus, considered to be one of the best video games ever, is not only on its way to Nintendo Switch 2, but could be coming to new consoles as soon as later this year. The very same has been heard and is collaborated over at Nintendo Duo and from different sources. What's more, Red Dead Redemption 2 for Switch 2 wouldn't be coming alone or as a one-off move, but it's possible that it could be coming at the same time or somewhere later as an update to the game for current-gen hardware, one of the so-called next-gen upgrades patch. This brings graphics performance Red Dead Redemption 2 up to date at PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. So, yeah, I would love if they did this. Red Dead 2 is an awesome game, and it's been stuck on last generation. Of course, it's on PC as well, which I heard is an amazing version. But, yeah, I would love to see this Rockstar. Red Dead, people love Red Dead. Red Dead did come to Switch, Red Dead 1, and did come to PS4. But if we're getting Red Dead 2, PS5, Xbox Series X, that's going to be mighty nice. And the excuse to be Arthur Morgan again? Hell yes. Take that all day.
Oh, yeah. Excuse to go hang out with the best character, Micah Bell, all over again.
Dutch. He's gay for you, Dutch.
No, why'd you say that?
That's so funny, dude.
So fucking stupid.
I know. It is really stupid.
I have to say, though, no, why'd you say that has become just part of my daily lingo. Like, that's one of those internet memes that, like, implanted in my brain and, like, constantly Colin will say something like, no, why'd you say that? Like,
it's really fun to say. That's why. It's fun to do. But, okay, so if this happens, Mike, are you playing on Switch 2 or are you going to play on Xbox?
Yeah, I'll play on Xbox again. No, I have no desire to play this on Switch 2. That would just be stinky.
Yeah, it's cool.
It just,
but,
this game is massive. This isn't, people sometimes get upset when we admit that the Switch is a lower powered console. Man, I loved the Switch. Yeah. Okay, I'm the Zelda Echoes of Wisdom lady. I loved it. But Red Dead Redemption 2, huge, dynamic, insane game that until I know actually what the Switch 2 is capable of, I wouldn't want to play it there.
Right. Yeah.
It's a gorgeous game as well. And, a big part of Red Dead for me, in the first game especially, I just loved the hunting aspect of it and going to the different regions, and there's different animals available in each region. And I really just love how dynamic it is. And you just go hang out and see what crawls by. And I don't see that really being fantastic on Switch 2. She could work, but I'm going to play Elden Ring on Switch 2, people. All right. So I have my limits.
Cool. That's cool.
I got my limits.
Yeah, for me, it's just like, I don't really play handheld very often, so it doesn't make sense for me. If I play handheld a lot more, that'd be much more appealing to me. But I'm happy it's there. That's really cool. It's a sick option. Like, I can imagine if I traveled a lot or something like that on an airplane, I'd have a lot more stuff on Switch and Switch 2. Just because it is so convenient for that. All right. Let's see here. A leaker is claiming that Injustice 3 is coming. So Injustice is from Warner Brothers and NetherRealm, the people behind Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. I'm going to read this from my Nintendo News, the summary, but I'll talk about the leaker as well. A prominent multiverses leaker has teased that Injustice 3 is in development following the successful launch of Mortal Kombat 1. Warner Bros. Games made a costly mistake with multiverses, so it seems the company is playing it safe and sticking with a tried and tested formula. Mortal Kombat and Injustice series creator Ed Boon has previously said that the third entry in the Injustice franchise isn't off the cards. We will now have to wait and see what transpires. And this is from the leaker, who is Multiverses or Sussy. Multiverse is shutting down. Susie? Yeah, dude, I'm so fried from my flight still. That's why I need you to keep me in line. Multiverses is shutting down. Oh, I'm sorry. Multiverses shutting down is an injustice. Then doing it all again is another injustice. Leaving me without any leaks is yet again another injustice. So he said injustice 3 times. Confirmed right there. But
if,
I mean,
if we're following Candyman rules, then Injustice is going to come out.
That's right. And this is, I mean, if this happens, no surprise, really. It's like, okay, I saw that coming, kind of thing like that. It makes sense. Injustice 1 and 2 are successful enough. Take it. It seems like they kind of go back and forth with Mortal Kombat and Injustice. So yeah, makes total sense to me.
I love Injustice tournament play because some of the characters in Injustice, for example, like Wonder Woman, they would have abilities that weren't guaranteed. So like Wonder Woman and like Kotal Khan from Mortal Kombat are good examples of, they have an ability that has like, it's like a Rolodex of like, you don't know what you're going to get. So like Wonder Woman would call out to the goddess, and sometimes it would be like Demeter, sometimes it would be a different one, and the ability would change each time. In tournament play, it's really ballsy to use a character like that because you don't know what she's going to do. You're not using a guaranteed grab or something. Like, you don't know what she's going to do. And Kotal Khan in Mortal Kombat was another one of my favorites when people would play him, because it was kind of rare, because he had these totems that he would call out and you didn't know which totem he was going to get. And so I just really liked when people would play those riskier characters, because I mean, not only did it just show their skill of like, I'll use the randomized character and see what I get and still beat you. I just love it. And of course, there's just your favorite characters thrown in there from, so I'd be excited for this. Not for me to play it because I'm trash at those games, but I'll watch Sonic Fox play it all day. Yeah,
you watch Game Grumps play it as well. It's gonna happen.
I don't know if they're very good at fighting games.
That's okay.
I want to see good fighting gameplay.
Oh, you want to see good fighting gameplay? Okay.
Oh, dude, yeah, I love watching tournament play and just seeing these.
Do you watch
Evo
dudes and stuff?
Oh, I used to. Okay. I have not kept up with it recently. I follow like my favorite fighters on Twitter and still kind of keep track of what they're doing. I used to just sit down and just watch the Mortal Kombat tournaments for hours. I had all my favorite people that I would root for. I miss watching it, but I don't have someone to watch it with. My ex and I both loved watching those tournaments. Colin's not really into it. And so it's more fun when you have somebody to root with. It's like watching sports. It's like, it's more fun when you got someone to cheer with. But
absolutely,
if Injustice comes back, I'd be watching those.
Yeah. I usually watch Evo every year at least. And we just had Evo Japan and I watched some of that, but I'm definitely going to watch Street Fighter 6 at least at Evo. But Mortal Kombat 1 will be there. So, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is there again. Wow. Okay. Good shit. All right. Let's see here. There was a new Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity or Age of the Imprisonment war video that came out on Nintendo's YouTube page, and it had a couple of the devs on it. It features Ryoto Matsushita. God damn it. How do you say this? Matsushita? Matsushita, producer Koei Tecmo, and Yosuke Hayashi, AAA Game Studios head and Konami of Koei Tecmo, and the other guy was the producer. So they were just talking about the game and kind of talking about the imprisoning war, but they showed some more footage and all that kind of stuff. And they were emphasizing at a point the frame rate. I was like, okay, that's good, because Age of Calamity ran like trash on Switch 1, and I played it. But this one is interesting because it is canon, the storyline of the imprisonment war that takes place during, or I guess at Tears of the Kingdom, which we don't actually play in the game. So it's cool to get that perspective, but Micah, this is going to have a lot of Rauru in it, and I know you are not a fan of that weird dog man. So you're out 100% on this.
Oh, yeah.
I will begrudgingly play it. I don't like Musos, but I like Zelda. And if this is canon, I absolutely will play it. And I'm sure Gene will play it. But
yeah, the Musou genre, typically not for me. Persona 5 Strikers is
you like
the
Strikers.
Only one that I was like, whoa, this is fucking incredible. At the end of the day, I highly recommend it to all Persona fans. I still kind of wish it wasn't a Musou, but I did really like it so much more than I expected to. But when it comes to this genre of game, you're right. It's got to be a franchise I really care about to play this.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, damn it, when they do something I like. So I'm like, fuck, now I have to play it.
Yeah, and with like Persona 5 Strikers, I don't I don't know if they're like, this is canon, but essentially it's a follow-up to Persona 5, you know? So it's like, well, whether they consider it 100% canon or not, it genuinely fits into the story. And it was so worth playing. If you like Persona 5 and you haven't played Strikers, I highly recommend it. The story is genuinely really good.
Yeah, that's me. I need to play Royal, though, first. I've only played...
Don't bother.
Wait, I played a lot of it. I played like 20 hours of Royal, and I thought it was really good. I just can't... stuff to play.
If I had been late to the party, I would have just played Royal. But having played Persona 5, the base game, I'm like, I can't do this. You know, people recommend me to play Royal, and I hear the extra content's great. It took me 100 hours to play the base game of Persona 5. I don't have another 100 hours in me. Like, I just don't.
Have you? For the same game. Have you played Dragon Quest 11?
No. Dragon Quest 8 on 3DS was the first one. Oh yeah, you played
some of that. Yeah,
I played. Yeah, I got maybe 15 hours in, and then I played 3 all the way through.
Right.
But no, those are the only 2 Dragon Quest games I've attempted so far.
Okay. 11's a really good entry point. I feel like maybe one day you'll get back to it, or you'll get to it. Yeah. It's good.
I'm interested in checking more of them out. Like, I do plan on getting the 1 and 2 collection.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting to love it based on 3, but I am expecting to like it based on 3.
Yeah.
You know, it was just very basic.
Yeah.
And it was still fun. It was cool I dropped Perrin, and I was just picking him up with my feet. In case I was making like a weird strained face. Yeah,
like an orangutan or something? Just like...
I'm picking up shit off the ground with my feet all the time. But dude, you drop like a Q-tip on the floor and you don't want to bend over to get it, just pick it up with your feet.
Man, that's funny, dude.
But yeah, I am excited for the 1 and 2 collection. Just to see where this series started. I'm someone who is too lazy to go back and play retro games often.
Sure.
But when you're bringing them to me on new hardware, I'm going to check them out. Or the Nintendo Switch Online, it's like, I'll check out Nobunaga's Ambition, sure. All right, yeah, I'll check it out. I'm not going to fire up, fucking NES to play this, but absolutely, like, bring it here. Yeah, I'll play it. I can't remember what system that was on. It's one of the games I want to get to. Yeah, I can't remember. It's on Nintendo Switch Online. I'm going to get
probably NES or SNES, I'm going to guess.
The SNES.
The SNES. Micah, do me a favor. Pull up the Zelda video that I was talking about and go to the 50-second mark. Tell me if you approve of this.
Oh, we got Ganons in this?
Yeah. Do you approve of that shot?
I might play this now. How much Ganon do you think's actually in it?
Probably a lot, because the war is fighting him in it.
Do I have to play Tears of the Kingdom to play this?
No.
Do I have to play Tears? Oh.
Because it takes place technically before most of Tears of the Kingdom.
How about you play it? You tell me how much Ganon there is, and then maybe I'll play it.
Yeah, he'll probably be a character you can play as in it. I will let you know, because he's playable in other Hyrule Warrior games.
They're putting Ganon thirst traps in the trailers.
Yeah. Dude, I want to say one of the Hyrule Warriors, you could be the King of Red Lions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure you could be him. Okay, so you could be the king, but I wonder if he can transform into the boat. That's fucking awesome. So goofy, dude. He has the sail on his back and he's just flying around.
When Game Grumps played that game, Aaron's reaction to the transformation is just one of the funniest things in the world.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're playing like Zelda, then you're playing this shit, and you're seeing all this it's like, it doesn't compute in your head. It like doesn't make sense. You're like, what? It's cool. I approve. That's good shit. All right. What else we got here on the news docket? Suikoden 1 and 2 updates. We got some updates on the sales. This is via Noisy Pixel. During today's Suikoden live broadcast, Konami announced that sales for the recently released Suikoden 1 and 2 Remaster, Gate Rune, and Dunan Unification Wars have been extremely strong. While precise figures were not provided, the Suikoden IP producer, Rio Naoto, hopes to share even more good news in the future. Further, The previous Suikoden live broadcast was acknowledged, trending quite highly alongside inquiries from both overseas and domestic fans. So that's good news for Suikoden, doing well. The IP can live on. I know there are other games after 1 and 2. 3, I think, was on PS2, and I'm not really sure how many are after that. There might be a PSP game or something like that. I'm not familiar with the franchise, but good news for fans. Very happy about that. I do want to play these games someday.
Yeah.
Because I know people love them. Like Dustin, for example, really enjoyed them. So I'm happy to see that. What about you, Micah? Any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I did buy this for Switch, and I'm falling so far behind, but this is on the list of things to get to. I am thrilled, though, to see someone saying, like, yeah, the sales were extremely strong. Suck it, Square Enix. Some people are happy with their sales.
Yeah.
You know, some people set realistic expectations for their niche nerd games.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy to see this, and hopefully they will continue with the remasters if they think the fans want it.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said a couple minutes ago, I'm excited for a lot of these retro games to be brought forward because I'm too lazy to go back and play it. And when these games came out, I either wasn't in the gaming space, couldn't afford the games, whatever. So I'm thrilled as someone who this is all new for me. These are all new and exciting titles for me to get to play.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Likewise. And Konami's done some good collections in the past, so happy to see them continue the trend. Let's see here. All right, so we've had a whole debate going on here about the Nintendo, or I guess discussion, not debate, about the whole key card thing going on. People are not happy about it, including a lot of people here. Nintendo has spoken about game key cards for first party. So they spoke to Nintendo Life right here, and I'm going to read what Nintendo Life wrote about this. You could push any fears about seeing Mario on a game key card aside, as Nintendo has revealed to us that it has no plans to use the new physical format on its first-party development titles. After more Switch 2 titles begin to crop up under the game key card label, we reached out to Nintendo UK for confirmation about whether we should expect to see some approach or the same approach used on Mario, Link, and Samus' future endeavors. Today, we received the following response. We currently have no plans to use game key cards for Nintendo-developed titles. Now, yes, the answer does specifically use the wording Nintendo or Nintendo-developed titles, so there's a chance that games published by the big end might be subject to key cards released down the line, but the majority of entries in the core series will be complete on cart for the time being, it seems. How do you feel about this, Mike? Is this good news for you?
Absolutely. I am less upset about the game key cards as we move forward, not because I'm like a Nintendo apologist, but because if this is the alternative to just getting a slip of paper with a code in a case, this is the lesser of those two evils. And you can approach this by saying, if this entices third parties to put more games on Nintendo because, hey, here's this cheaper option so you can still have a physical something for the customers. If it entices more of the third party to do these versus a digital only release, again, it's the lesser of two evils to just either not offering it at all or putting a piece of paper with a code in a box, which I definitely don't want and I would not buy. I would just get it digitally in that case. So I'm very happy. Nintendo's going to keep their stuff on cartridge. Excelente. And just the further back that we sit from the actual announcement of this and kind of like the disappointment is still there. But if it's what entices third parties to keep including something, you know, in the physical realm versus not all, like none altogether, you know, I'll take it.
Yeah. That's a good as win as we can get right now from first party. So we'll take what we can get.
And the biggest thing too, because I have seen people say they may as well just put a code in a box, but a code in a box can't be given away or sold because you redeemed it already. There is a fundamental difference that the game key card is not a one-time use item and you can give it away, sell it, etc. It is different. I know why people are disappointed. Like, I don't want to come off as like, oh, well, you know, I just, whatever Nintendo says, whatever Mr. Nintendo says is fine. I'm also disappointed but it's really not the end of the world, and it still allows you to sell or trade your games, which is another key reason to go with physical games and get some of your investment back, whether you didn't like the game or simply want to pare down your collection. There's no selling your digital titles, so they are still something tangible that you can resell later.
Yeah, absolutely. There's still value in it. Not ideal, but
no,
still an option. Which
not
is good.
ideal, especially too knowing that it's cost driven. Knowing that it's just the cheapest option, knowing it makes the boxes ugly because the box has to have a big disclaimer saying game key card right on the front.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they're protecting consumers by alerting you immediately that this isn't what this isn't the same, but it does ruin it that way. Like, the Bravely Default Flying Fairy Edition, it's like, and here's a big warning at the bottom telling you that it's a game key card. It sucks. It sucks.
It's unfortunate. Okay, Micah, let's end the show with some write-ins from the audience, as we always do. If you want to write into this show, please check us out on patreon.com/laststandmedia. I post a thread every Sunday for this show calling for your submission, so keep an eye out there for the thread. And if you want to write into any of our other shows, we do this for every show as well on their respected days, so keep an eye out. All right, this is from Charlie. Hi, crew. After beating my first JRPG, Expedition 33, I have an itch for another JRPG on the Switch, particularly in handheld mode. Do you have any recommendations? 2 options I am interested in are Persona 5 Royal and Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition. Thanks. What do you think, Micah?
I'd throw Sea of Stars in the ring,
sure.
Especially if you liked Expedition 33 and that sort of active turn-based combat. Sea of Stars is another one where you need to be on your toes to block on time or to do bonus damage, hit the right button. Not the same like kind of quick time event style of Expedition 33, but you need to be able, like you hit the attack button at a certain time to do bonus damage or hit the block button a certain time to block. And again, it's not critical to do so. If you find that you're not great at the timing, it won't ruin the experience. You just maybe need to be more careful with healing, for example. But Sea of Stars had a really great story, very like charming art style, some really lovable characters that I genuinely wanted to help them on their journey. That game, that was the game that touched my soul, basically. And it was excellent to play in handheld mode. That's one I would definitely recommend. Persona 3 Portable is on Switch. That's in terms of the navigating the world, it's more of a point and click style. It's the the PSP port
it is,
of it. So it's a little more visual novel-esque, but it has obviously it's still got the whole stories in there. You just kind of lose the aspects of walking around school, but I really enjoyed that game. I played this version on Switch and I loved it. I think it has an excellent story and it'd be worth checking out. And I haven't played Persona 5 on Switch. I don't know about the performance there, but I absolutely love Persona 5 and I highly recommend it.
Sea of Stars, actually, the DLC, I think, just came out today.
Really?
Rose of the Watchmaker. So, I think it's free as well. So, really good value.
I got Wheels, the mini game in Sea of Stars. There's this one mini game. I got so hooked on it. It was like Gwent for me in Witcher 3. I would boot up the game just to play Wheels. It was so good. Cool. I got so into that mini game. I love when a game can do that because it's rare. Sometimes the mini games feel like a bit of a chore. Or
hit or miss sometimes with me.
It's cool that you made this little card game, but I don't really want to play it. Not this time.
I didn't play a lot of Gwent, but Gwent is good. I just didn't play a lot of it. I didn't play, I remember Horizon Forbidden West had this mini game, and I just didn't care about it at all.
Yeah.
But Queen's Blood and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I beat the shit out, especially because it had a quest line tied to it. Man, that was fun. So Sea of Stars is a good pick because you brought up the active time battle and that kind of stuff. Another game that kind of has that and inspired all these games is Super Mario RPG Remake.
Yeah.
Which is on Switch. A very pleasant, very jolly RPG. Very good for, I guess, if you're new to the genre as well. I mean, you beat Expedition 33, so you'll be fine. But you can kind of see where this active input came from, and it's from this game very much. And it's not a very super long RPG either. It's a good length.
Not at all.
Just a delightful game. I think Persona 5 Royal and Dragon Quest 11 are both excellent choices. I love both of those games. Well, I haven't finished Royal, but I finished Base. I love Dragon Quest 11. Really good. A good entry point for the series as well. More traditional kind of thing. So you can't go wrong with either of these choices, I would say. But I guess it depends what you're looking for in the RPG. If you want something shorter, maybe do Sea of Stars or Sumo RPG. If you want a more big, epic game, I mean, Persona 5 Royal is by far the longest out of all those. Dragon Quest is probably the second longest, though. So I'd pick one of those. But when Switch 2 comes around, maybe check out Bravely Default as well, which was very inspired, or it's pretty much like an old school Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, that'll actually be perfect timing. And another like Switch, this is available on multiple consoles, but Shining Resonance Refrain is another, just one of my favorites that I played a couple years ago. That game is heavily like music inspired, not a rhythm game because I hate those, but your attacks, like each one will play like a different song, and the music's beautiful. The thing about it is that the music is like incredible, and so sometimes I would choose an attack just because I wanted to hear that song again, and it wasn't always the best decision. But that's another game where I got really attached to the characters, and it's got a great little story in it, but the music was just phenomenal. So if you're a music lover, this game kind of weaves that into the battles in a cool way.
Yeah. Oh, one more recommendation. If you're really into the combat in Japanese role-playing games and like to be challenged by it, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance might be a good choice for you. Less story focused than Persona 5. I still think I like Persona more, but it is an option if you really are into the combat of those games and demon fusing and stuff like that.
Because I tried to play Shin Megami Tensei 5 as a Persona fan, and the gameplay is fun, but the lack of story did just pull me out of it.
Yeah, I think
I just
Vengeance
found myself not
more
invested. Like,
yeah, I had the same problem.
Yeah, and there was just less variety in the very early stages. You really were fighting the same enemy, 20 times in a row, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Persona has thousands of enemies. And like you did, this entire first world is all slime guys. I'm like, what is going on here? Because it's like I don't even want to collect them anymore. It's like, yeah, I got like 5 of these things. Like, give me something else. And then the story being in the background. I understand. This isn't a knock on Shin Megami Tensei at all. But I just realized very quickly I'm the Persona enthusiast. Maybe not in the other camp at all.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I respect SMT, and it's kind of like what started it all, I guess. But
and it was
I prefer
really
the style of I prefer the style of Persona more personally.
Yes,
but it's great there's an option. Okay, this is from Hamstroker's Ejacula.
Oh my god!
Good name. Hey, Punchables. I'm going to Orlando in August for vacation and planning to visit Super Nintendo World at Epic Universe. Looking at pictures, it seems like every Nintendo fan's dream. Do you guys have any interest in seeing Nintendo's theme park? Also, nothing beats opening up the N64 Christmas with Super Mario 64 and Pilot Wings to play during the holidays. Yeah, that is very nice. I have been to Nintendo World in Los Angeles. In Hollywood, they have one. It is smaller though than the Florida one, but it was cool as a Nintendo fan. It was just cool to see Mario's world kind of so come to life, I suppose, like that, and going on the Mario Kart ride. It's cool. I would like to go to the one in Japan or the one in Orlando though, just because it's bigger, and I think they have, well, at least Japan has Donkey Kong Land as well now. So I don't know how they're going to add more to the Hollywood one, because if you've ever been to Universal in LA, it's very dense and packed, because they don't have as much real estate to work with there as they do in Orlando. But yes, I definitely want to check out more of those parks. And Gene's there right now.
Yeah.
Micah, what about you, though? You want to check these out?
So...
I know you don't like mascots.
I don't.
Stuff like that.
I'm watching Gene's video right now of Donkey Kong, and he looks fantastic. but I feel sweaty just looking at it. I don't think I could handle. I would just be avoiding all the mascots.
Just some guy going ooh, like out in the audience, freaking you out.
I'm just like, I would want to go for the food, right? Like, give me the Donkey Kong hot dog and the Princess Peach slushy. Like, but is that worth booking a trip to Orlando, getting admittance to the park, walking around in the hot sun so I can have a hot dog and a soda?
Donkey Dong.
Give me the Donkey Dong dog and and the Peaches, hot cream sundae. I don't know. I'm just I'm not an amusement park person. I'm not a fun person. I don't like rides.
Damn.
So
not a fun person.
I can admit that about myself.
I like going to stinky BJ's. That's what you like to do.
Basically, it's like I admit that to myself. I don't like crowds.
Yeah,
I don't like noise.
Yeah, that's fun.
I just want to be alone at my grill.
You have an old soul. You have a Hank Hill soul, pretty much. Except
oh my god, just put me in an urn already. I'm so fucking done. But no, in spirit, I'd like to go because it would be really cool. If I saw like a Toad mascot, I'd stay 50 feet away, but I'd be like, there he is. There
it was
he
fucking
is,
cool. I was like, oh shit, it's Toad. How do you make it in every game? They always put you in instead of someone else.
Are you beefing
I like
with
Toad, but how many Toads do we need? How many Toads do we need? Captain Toad? Sure.
We need all the Toads. Toadette.
But Waluigi gets cut and shit.
Well,
Can you believe that Toad hasn't been in Smash yet? That's insane. As a character to play as? It's crazy.
Well, what's he capable of?
What do you mean, what is Toad capable of? He's a fucking Toad. He can probably leap up in the air. Have you seen the Mario movie?
No.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. It's like you'd be like fighting a baby in a diaper. Like, look at him. He's so cute. He's wearing a stupid little vest.
Yeah. You can do something. Drop kick you. I don't know. Run into you with this giant head. A lot of headbutts, maybe.
His head just like explodes. It like regenerates.
Mario! Yeah, he's like dying on the floor. His head's all regenerating.
Yeah, no, I like Toad. I'm not sure we need more Toad, but I like the amount of like he's always the host of Mario Party.
Yeah,
that's fun.
That's
bitch. Fun.
Yeah. Now you use the most items. Here's a star. Yeah. Fuck you, Toad. Asshole.
Have you ever seen Aaron from Game Grumps does a great Toad impression, but there's a video where he does that Tupac song about his mother in Toad's voice.
No.
It's really great.
That is pretty good.
You'll have to find that later. It's an excellent video. Funny. He's like, "Dear Mama!" Like,
oh my god.
It's fantastic.
Oh my god, dude. All right. Lee Davis wrote in, "What's up, Fisters? So, with the Switch 2 a couple of weeks away, I'm thinking about what should be my final game that I play on my Switch 1 console before I give it to my 8-year-old. I have a few options under consideration. Super Metroid, Metroid Prime, Final Fantasy VI, Panzer Dragoon Remaster, Earthbound, Undertale. These are all games that I own or that are on the Switch Online service that I haven't played yet. Cheers." All right, what should he play on this list, Micah?
The only one of these I've played is about half of Earthbound.
Okay.
And it was fun. I liked it. So I could recommend that. I got stuck in a random town where everything's... I don't know. I got really fucking upset is what I'm going to tell you in random town. And I stopped playing it. I gave that like 2 hours of that bullshit. And then I was like, okay, you know what? It's fine. I had enough. So yeah, I recommend Earthbound. I liked it.
Yeah. Okay. Out of this list, I'll say Final Fantasy VI. I mean, it's a long game, but it's a legendary RPG and a beloved game. So I'd pick that one. But other than that, then I'd pick Super Metroid. Oh, Metroid Prime's good too. I'd say Final Fantasy VI or Metroid Prime just for now. Oh, you know what? No, Final Fantasy VI or Super Metroid just because Super Metroid, then you go Metroid Prime. So one of those two. Final Fantasy VI, though. All right. Dave Ramos wrote in, "Hey guys, in last week's episode of Sacred Symbols, a listener wrote in saying there was a diversity problem for LSM. No one's a beast. That's right. The Fats want a representative. Colin mentioned who could take one for the team, and sure enough, the entire Punching Up crew got named. The Sacred Boy said how a fat Brad would be funny for his height. And Gene came up because a fat Asian would also be funny. Their words, but we know Gene wants to sumo. As for Micah, Colin said a fat Micah would be funny, but not for him. So what say you all? Want to get obese for the sake of LSM diversity? All right, who's getting fat for it?
I think Brad would be the funniest.
It probably would be. If it's like,
so
if we're
tall.
talking obese, like we're talking, my health risks are up dramatically. Like I'm gonna be tall and just like Blob Man, kind of funny, like the Blob from X-Men. That could be funny, yeah, but it's not gonna happen, bitch. I'm not getting fat, everybody. Can't do it.
Not until he discovers how great Cracker Barrel is.
That's true.
Suddenly Brad's there every meal of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I have Cracker Barrel merch on all the time. Hat, shirt. Do you have merch from Cracker Barrel?
Oh, absolutely. I have a hat from Cracker Barrel. Oh my God, they'll have a whole gift store.
Yeah.
I actually got an email from them the other day because the Halloween collection is already out because it sells out so fast every year. I didn't want anything from it, but they're like, it's the Halloween shop's open. I was like, it's May. Because like they started last year, they had the Halloween stuff out in July, and I was like, that's pretty early, and now they're starting in May. So Halloween, the holiday creep, I know it's a very boomer thing to say, but the holiday creep is getting extreme. It's May and we're selling Halloween stuff.
Let's relax, guys. Let's calm down, everybody.
Everybody just simmer down a bit. You can have your skeletons and your spiders in a couple months.
Yeah. But yeah, for punching up crew, I'll take the fat card. I'll take it. Who would be the funniest person to be fat though at LSM?
I mean, objectively, Cog would be the funniest only because, like, what the hell? Like, this is a man who wakes up, drinks a protein shake, and like that's how he starts his day. This man is starting his day being buff. So if Cog ever suddenly became
Maddie,
obese, that would be the most comical.
Yeah, Maddie's funny because he's so careful about what he eats, I guess. So
yeah. Oh my God, those screenshots of him eating bread on a show the other day. Did you see that?
yeah, that was on Summon Side, I think.
He's like,
Yeah. You know what? I think all three of the Sacred Boys should just get obese. We're going to cast Obesiga or whatever on all three of them. Sorry, Colin's extremely overweight now and has health problems and breathing problems. So that's your life now, Micah.
It's fine. This is fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So all three of the Sacred Boys are going to be obese now.
He might want to go to Cracker Barrel more often in that case. That's a win for me.
Yeah, that's true. All right, this is from Xeomorph. Hey, Punching Crew, or Yo Punching Crew. Did you guys see the news that the unofficial dating app Smash Together received a cease and desist letter? And I can't be any happier. I can't imagine the stink on the app already. And to be honest, Nintendo did the world a favor to keep stinky Smash players from populating the world and spreading that funk. Ew. Is this real? I just saw this. I didn't even check to see if this is real, but I just thought it was funny. So I'm going to look this up right now.
This is not the first I've heard of it. So I believe it to be real.
Smash
it's on Twitter. April 2024 is when the profile was created. The premium dating site for Super Smash Brothers enjoyers of all kinds. Meet your dream doubles partner in and out of Smash with our robust matchmaking algorithm tailored to connect you with your ideal Smash partner. Oh my God.
Dude, I see this on Reddit and the first comment says, Nintendo saving minors from Discord mods. That's very good.
If you go on the Smash Together Twitter, they have a picture of like Yoshi sitting and watching a sunset and it says, we got cease and desisted.
Someone said, I can't imagine the ratio of males to females on the app was anything less than 99-1.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Some guy just said, I guess it really is Smash Bros. Yeah.
So it says that the app went public. They announced on May 11th that the app was going public on May 15th and you could join the beta. And on May 14th, they got cease and desisted. So, yeah, that didn't work out. Yeah, I can't really imagine that there's a great ratio of men to women on there. Just demographically speaking, you're really Oh wow, well they had 400 registrations. Those are probably 3 women in the whole lot. Like I like
Yeah.
video games, but I don't like Smash Brothers that much.
Yeah,
Like if it's Smash
specifically
Brothers
Smash
focused,
Brothers.
yeah. I don't love it. It's fine. I like
Yeah.
playing as Princess Peach. She does like the golf club or the frying pan. She's another example of like random items type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like it. Not enough to build a dating profile around it.
What game would you build a dating profile for?
Ooh, none of them. But like if I
Viva
had to
Pinata.
choose like Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
yeah, because like who's your favorite neighbor, right? If they say Apollo, the bald eagle, then you know that they're like, red pill coated, as the young people would say. And if they
I love
choose
Apollo. He's so cool looking.
well,
Shit, I just got profiled.
and if they choose like Bunny, then they're probably like a left-wing pro-Palestine type person. So I feel like Animal Crossing could be the like astrology signs of the gaming world based on like you choose your favorite neighbors and it'll match you based on that.
Yeah, who is my favorite neighbor in this?
If you put Pietro, they immediately call the police and send them to your location.
Pietro. It's weird because Animal Crossing I never play long enough to like really get to know the neighbors. So it's always just based purely on the way they look. I would say most of the time. I just thought Apollo was cool because he's a fucking bald eagle.
Oh, he's so funny too. He's like an old man. He's hysterical.
But I'm like looking at all these guys. I'm like, I have no idea who these are.
I hate
know
Roscoe.
Isabel, of course.
God, Roscoe's scary. I don't like him. He's a horse.
What do you think Tom Nook says about someone?
Oh, dude, Tom Nook. See, he's a boss, right? A little exploitative, but Tom Nook's a boss, babe. So I think that says you're a go-getter. You have ambition, as the young people would say. Sure. Yeah, no, I would date a Tom Nook enjoyer. Now, Mr. Resetti, that's another one where they might call the cops. Yeah, they got rid of him because the kids thought he was so scary.
Oh, so, really? Damn.
The original like Mr. Resetti like screen that would tell you didn't save your game scared children, and so they toned it down dramatically.
Man, fucking Nintendo, dude.
He was really scary.
Who's this like weird iguana? This punk rock iguana? I don't like her.
The bug collecting girl.
Yeah,
she comes by and you can sell her rare bugs. I think she's one of the. She's kind of like the lady that sells carpets.
Those? She's like, I'm weird. I'm so quirky. Is she one of those people?
I don't think so. She seems genuine. She seems like she's just a little out there. But
Who's
yeah, she's one of the ones that's upside.
Tiger's cool looking. He's got a polka dot shirt. It's funny. Man, there's so many Animal Crossing neighbors. I have no idea who any of them are, though.
There are a lot. I like there's like a duck that I like. Its name's like Ketchup or something.
I remember the duck in New Horizons that like washed up on the beach.
Oh, that's the sailor guy Gulliver.
The seagull, yeah, like the fake Donald, yeah.
Yeah.
Donald's nobody.
Donald.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
nobody was that a fucking Kingdom Hearts reference?
Yes, it is. My favorite guys are the dodo birds. That's right. I remember these guys. The pilots. Those guys are sick as fuck. I love them. They look cool.
Yeah, and you know what? Oh, the guy who drives the little boat, Captain, whatever. The guy who drives the little boat. I like him. He sings you songs. I like him a lot.
Listeners, next episode, tell us what Animal Crossing villager we are and why.
Oh, they're all gonna tell me I'm Pietro out of spite.
Let's not do just for spite. Memes are fine and all that stuff, but I gotta know what everyone really thinks. Pietro. Let me see what
I hope I get one of the Able sisters. I like them.
Let's see. Pietro. Oh, it's the clown guy. That's right.
He fucking sucks. As soon as he shows up at my town, it is discrimination city. We're establishing. Think of like Jim Crow laws, but they're all just for Pietro, and I do it until he leaves. I just harass him until he leaves. And he'll write me a letter like, I decided to move town. It's like, good riddance.
Are these Able sisters, are they hedgehogs?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, they run the shop. Able sisters. Okay.
Yeah, you buy clothes.
I'm starting
there.
to get,
Yeah, I
starting to
like
get
them a lot.
memories.
There's one of them that's like kind of mopey and depressed, and like there's another one that's like a little more upbeat. I like them all though. I think they add
Yeah.
an interesting texture to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the villages are good. All right, Micah. That's it for us. We're done. Episode in the books. Gene will be back next week, everybody. Fear not. Micah, thank you for joining me. We're getting close to Switch 2. A couple more weeks.
Yes. My Target pre-order is still there. They haven't canceled it yet. So I feel like I'm in the clear.
Excellent. Good stuff.
I also just sent a picture to the staff Discord of a hedgehog biting somebody's foot.
Wait, what?
Well, it's because you're talking about Abel's sister. So I guess I was talking about, and you said, are they hedgehogs? So it's like, yeah.
All right.
It just reminded me of that. I don't know if you can find this on Google easily. Maybe Google like hedgehog bite foot. I'll see if it comes up. I think it comes. Yeah. Yeah, here it is. Just go on Google Images, hedgehog bite foot. It's really funny.
There you go. If you want to see what Micah's posting about. It's very funny, but so random. All right, we're out of here, dude. We got to end this shit. Me and Micah are getting out of control right now. I'm tired. I need to take a nap. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Take care and goodbye. Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Bradley Ellis. My co-hosts are Gene Park and Micah Moriarty. The show is edited and produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Punching Up, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we're grateful for your kind contributions and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.